Good evening, everyone. Premier League, Abu Dhabi. Bradfield's with us. He's not in the lobby yet, though. We're waiting for two people. Typical Bradfield and Slayer. The two we're waiting for. Yeah, you have to turn your mic down, Justin. We can hear my echo in it.
Alright.
Enright saying he can reserve if needed. Yeah, well, Bradfield and Slayer should both be turning up, so.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, in terms of reserves tonight, we've well, not got two. We've got Vintage in the Red Bull. He's reserving for Equals. We've got Groove Ninja in the Red Bull. He's reserving for Liam. Obviously, made his debut back last week. Well, his second debut last week, Liam, and he won dominantly in Netherlands. And then we've got in the Aston Martin Immortals replacing Argentina, who can't race tonight. Yeah, Bradfield and Jake have got 2 minutes to get themselves in.
2 minutes, hold on. I've got like 2 minutes in this game left, hold on.
Well, it's 23.
That's alright, I've got till 7:30.
25 past, you're replaced.
Yeah, but you know what I'm doing.
What's that?
Oh, he's fucking saved it.
Yeah, he's on FIFA at the moment. He's losing at FIFA.
Nah, 2-2. That's it, game over, 2-2.
You can just quickly flick that disc over.
87 Modric in it. I've got a team of fucking bronze players.
You ain't got any bronze players in your team, you haven't.
No, I haven't. No, I just got some rare gold. Not rare, standard gold.
He's not playing champs, Jamie. No, you don't do that. I might start playing champs again if it's only 20 games now each weekend, which is much better. You actually have time to do something. It's only 20 games now, and I think you only need 8 wins to actually get some decent rewards.
Fucking hell, he's just stressed me out.
If only playing for 8 wins, I think that'd be quite good. But yeah, just waiting for Bradfield to get in.
I'm now coming.
He is now on his way. He's going to be in on time, which is good to see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I mean, last night, obviously, I didn't like racing. I obviously binned it. I don't know if Bradfield's watched it.
No, I wasn't. I was working. What did you do?
Well, I qualified for once. I qualified up in 4th. It was great qualifying for me. And then it was Psycho, like Santon and KD, 2nd and 3rd. They took each other out. It was a racing instant. Coming out of turn 1. Yeah. I was in P2. VSC restart, I just binned it before the pit lane. Lost the wheel.
Oh dear.
But
that's a horrible track though, isn't it?
That's why I don't qualify. One time I qualify and that happened, but we're good to go. Let's all go. Flash you already up for us, Justin. So everyone knows that they can go.
It's slow at the minute, come on boys.
Says you slacker. You only just got in the lobby.
Oh, you're fucking playing a bit of old FIFA.
Yeah, I'll have a little go of FIFA after. But yeah, when we get going, when FIFA's out next week, properly, I'm just using the EA Play at the moment. I'm not getting it until next week. We'll get some streams going after the races on a Friday or Saturday, maybe, of me demolishing Bradfield on friendlies.
You can put it on the old stream. You can have a laugh at that.
Good luck to Jake as well. not comfortable here. He's not comfortable anywhere.
No.
Groove Ninja, I'm not gonna R it past them myself. Justin, turn your mic down.
I don't know.
That's awful.
It's not normally like that. It only happens occasionally.
I know. You just hear my echo on it. Not gonna make it past turn 3, says Groove Ninja. That's not a good start, is it?
Confidence.
Jake's saying he got points last race, so don't be too harsh. Yeah, it's the other races though, isn't it?
Yeah. Pretty different ball game in each track.
It is, yeah, definitely. Anyway, see, well, it's usually dry here, but we have had a wet race in ALR, haven't we? I remember in Silver, not last season, season before, it was wet here somehow. That was a strange one. Anyway, in terms of standings then, Max is in the lead, 86, Tango then was 77, Tommy was 69, Irish down 2 places to 4th after retiring the pits last week, 62, Plotters with 54, Equals, Tree Slayer, Cowie all close, Liam's in 9th, Dylan's up to 10th after those couple of points last week, McKenty falls 2 to 11th, Bradfield's in 12th with 17, Potster, Theo are there too, 8 points for Starbus and Jake the Slayer, Sweet MJP and Farfar on 6, Argentina 2 and a Knowles yet to score. Obviously only joined last week though. And Max has left the session, so hopefully Max can get himself back in pretty quickly. Yeah, anyway, these are the drivers you got. As we've seen, Bradfield starting last.
Well, hopefully.
And they want to anyway. He's down in 16th, so unless one of the bottom 4 have an instant, he will be. I don't think we've got the glitch this time. What's your timer on?
Well, I'm retired now, aren't I? I didn't see.
No, you can still see it though in spectate mode, the top left.
Oh, hold on, there's a flag.
Oh yeah, if you're in spectate, it'll probably be the same as mine.
17, 50, 15.
Yeah, I think it's the same because he retired straight away. So I think we're all right here.
Yeah, 17:05 now because there's a safe, there's a yellow flag.
So Sweet MJP's got the full quali ban as well, let's not forget. So that's why he's retired the car. I presume Vintage has reminded everyone that's got penalties, but yeah, Sweet MJP's got a full quali ban. So that's the 2 people we've seen out already, Sweet MJP and Bradfield, probably be the back row of the grid. So only 3 more cars going to be going out in this session. We know 2 of them already, 2 seconds behind, saying Jake, this track is crazy. Even all good luck to Premier League, saying Vintage. Autocorrect madness, saying Groove Ninja. Yeah, I didn't understand a word of what he was saying earlier. Anyway, Tree Slayer. He's always a strong performer, isn't he? One of the most consistent drivers, absolutely. Look into the all-time statistics. Tree Slayer, 9 races, 5 podiums. So that was that for consistency. Any milestones? Just look through. Are there any milestones today? It's race number 96 for Bradfield in F1 at least. The F2 is separate. Yeah, it's not a bad stat to have, is it? Really strong stat there. Clearance number 48 for Theo. Still no shot at a podium for him yet. The only one in this league without one, which I'm sure is something he'll want to change pretty soon.
I reckon I should get 25 points for the 100 mark. Added.
No, I reckon not.
No?
I reckon not. Yeah, Bradfield being out can actually join us. This is where I lost it yesterday. Obviously hitting that orange curb, coming out penultimate corner, and went into the wall. Oh, Tree Slayer nearly did it on the corner after where I lost it yesterday. But yeah, so the curbs around here are brutal, aren't they? Absolutely brutal.
I drop into 3rd in that gear because you put the power down in 4th. That's when I go.
I spun here as well in qualifying. I took traction off. I got through on it, but then I went for another practice lap and then lost it. Yeah, Tree Slayer doesn't look too quick at this stage, but
just get a lap in, and
obviously he had a poor start to the lap. But yeah, Tree Slayer's got the pace, so just get a decent lap in, as Bradfield's saying. It could be enough, especially with the likes of Vintage Reserve, and you would expect Vintage to get through, as I'm sure he's not expecting himself to. So it could only really be 2 places to go. But look at everyone else. I'm sure everyone else will be quick. So bank a lap might not be enough to get Tree Slayer through. You never know. Yellow flag just for Red Bull preparing on their lap. That is Groove Ninja. Tango's on a lap, not too But he is quite far behind. Actually, both Mercedes on the track. Max just on out that blow. And young Tommy subscribes at tier 1. Evening to Tommy. Thank you, mate. It's a resub from Tommy. 9 months in a row. Not too far off a year. Love Tommy. And Tommy is, where is he? On his outlap in the McLaren. There we go. Go back on board with Tree Slayer. We'll do a lap in a minute. We'll go for a whole run through a lap. We'll do that. Where is Tommy? We'll do it with Plotters, because Plotters on outlap, so. Sure, Tom. Oh, well, that could be invalid. No, he's lucky not to invalidate. Yeah, that orange curb, though, that can easily throw you off, as I found out yesterday. Tree Slayer's going to cross the line, and he does a 1:36.5. We'll go on board with Plotters, do a whole lap with Plotters. We'll see time set in between. Exit onto the straight, and again, it's a short straight, isn't it? No DRS there. Turns in quite early, almost going 4 wheels wide would be good there, and this is a bit you could just spin by yourself. The car just wants to lose the rear end sometimes, stay off that curb. You don't want to go too wide. He's taken that really nicely there, Plotters. Little left here, turn left, take a lot of that curb, turn right over the curb, avoid that curb on the left hand side. All sorts of different lines you'll see here. It's a really wide line from Plotters. I tend to go close to the curb, and he's struggled there on the traction. Accelerating there, it's a slow exit, of course. He's looking for a bit of a slipstream from Tree Slayer. Don't think again too much there. Starbus improves on his time. On Tree Slayer's time, it's a great time, 1:35.9. Deep braking zone, turn in, tad late. Then you want to go wide to get back in, avoid that curb, and that's perfect there from Plotters to begin sector 2. There he opens the second DRS zone. The old straight for other racing events. This is a bit I can't stand at this track. Turning early. These curbs are brutal if you take too much of them, as Plotters nearly finds out. He's lucky to keep that lap valid, but he had to back off there, of course. So, yeah, a lot of cars will struggle going through there. I did yesterday, but side by side through there, you see people do it a lot, and it rarely works. Rarely works going side by side through there. Turns in there as well, Plotters. It's almost as if the car's too wide for the track, isn't it? Oh, again, lucky not to invalidate, and that is exactly where I lost it yesterday. Exactly what Plotters did. Yeah, he's lucky he survived it. Plotters crosses the line, 1:36.0. And Starbus, that's a great lap he's set there earlier on, isn't it? Tango's just done a slow lap. He is up on his lap now, and he is going to be the next one across the line. Williams going slowly. Actually, it's Haas going slowly. Through sector 1, but they're not in trouble. Tango in the Mercedes Yeah, you got to completely avoid that orange bit. You touch that orange bit there, you're in trouble. Oh, he's gone wide and invalidated. Tango invalidates. That's really unlucky. That's this and next is invalidated as well, so we might have to come back in for some more fuel there, Tango. Ferrari's going to be next, and that is not Starbus, that is Pot Stuff up into P3. Good up there from Pot Stuff. Young Tommy's also on a lap now, he's going to be the next one. Can he get close to his team? At the moment it's McLaren Ferrari going early, isn't it? Let's have a look. He does, only just, but it's really close to in the top 4 at the moment. McLaren and Ferrari, 2 tenths separate. It's like being in real life at the moment. Just seen, I think Menace Max do it slow up there. He's going again. Groove Ninja up to P1. Second run on those tyres, so great lap. And Immortal 1:35.4. He's got brilliant quality pace, hasn't he? We've seen in the championship. But, yeah, it'd be great if he can finally get, a win would be good for him. Obviously reserving tonight would be even harder, but we'll see. He's definitely capable. Dylan's now going through sector 1. He's to start his lap. Theo's invalidated his lap. He's next across the line, but of course won't be setting the time. Tree Slayer has invalidated. Yeah, Tree Slayer. It's not been a great start for Tree Slayer or Tango. His Plotter's going again. No, he is not. Next is the Mercedes then. Of Tango, as we know, he invalidated as he crossed the line. Then comes the Alpine of Irish New Potato, who's also invalidated. Yeah, they're struggling with track limits. You don't see that many penalties around here. I think last night no one really got penalties in the top 10, apart from Sloppy Seconds, who crossed the line in first, but got 9 seconds of penalties. And yeah, they usually could have won the race without the penalties. We're just seeing Plotters has retired. Plotters has crashed. Plotters has had a big crash. And Tango's crossing the line to go again, and he's lost it. It's through the bit in sector 1, where we said you can just lose it by yourself. I reckon he's just clipped this inside curb here, gone spinning over and into the wall. The way his car is strange, isn't it? It's just straight in the wall. I don't know what's happened there for Plotters, but he set a decent lap as well. He might have been safe with that, so that's really going to frustrate Plotters. But Plotters is out, and he'll be starting down in 15th. Big shock there. Menace Max up to P2, though. He'll be safety through at that time. Yeah, the top 3 are through already, I'm pretty sure. Top 5 even. Top 5 should be through.
135s, yeah, they're safely through.
You're safe with 135s, absolutely, definitely. Evening to Dobrev.
Evening.
Come on, McLaren, he's
Dylan
saying
P4
as well.
there.
Dylan did just jump up to P4. I was reading the comments, well spotted. Cowie's going to be next, and he's invalidated, so he's going to be going again. You've got to be so careful around this bit, Dylan. You've got to be tentative. Of course, in qualifying, you want to push it, don't you? But exactly, that's the thing with this game. Tree Slayer, I think he's just on an in-lap, isn't it? Even the pit lane here is a disaster. I've crashed into the pit lane here before. It is really, really tight coming into the pits. Tango is going now.
Yeah,
should have enough fuel to cross the line, so hopefully he'll finally get a decent lap time set. It's on his third, well, possibly fourth run when he crosses the line, 4th lap on these tyres, so long track as well, so it's not ideal. Is it going to be quick enough to get him through?
Lap,
well, I think there's your answer.
Wow. That's
a great lap on 4 lap old softs from Tango, that's incredible. Irish New Potato, what can he do next? Yeah, he didn't have a great week last week, did he? Retired in the pits, out of frustration, lost a couple of points because of that. He crosses the line, he's up to only 9th for Irish New Potato, so he's struggling. Yeah, it must be Immortal who's next. I think he must just be... He's invalidated his time anyway. Menace Maxon just on in that, he's going to be safety through, so Haas getting out of the way for Cowie, and Cowie's kept the lap valid this time in sector 3 now. It's a nice line he's taking through there, really wide line. Yes, I was about to say, it's a really good little section there from Cowie. He did just have a bit of a clump with that wall. Even so, he's really pushing it here. Cowie looks like a really good lap from what I've seen. Don't know what happened in sector 1 and 2. Crosses the line, and he's up to P4. Yeah, good time there from Cowie. He'll be safety through with that. Next up, we've got 2 Williams drivers. Dylan just coming to the pits, and Jake the Slayer just starting his lap then. He was the one ahead. Tree Slayer's just on in that further back in the Haas. Theo is on an out lap. Knowles, he's just started his lap. He's in sector 1, comes up purple, but we don't think that's... You know, it always does that, doesn't it? Always comes up purple whenever it fancies. Vintage on an out lap, so he is... that's a very... Well, that's one way of getting out of the way, Vintage. Irish New Potato is going again. He's a couple half temps up as well. I think he needs it as well, doesn't he? He could be okay with that time. But don't forget, it's not ahead of Plotter's time, so if it came down to it, Plotters would go above him. Strange how the game works that out, but I think that's just, instead of throwing them down to 15 cars that crash, obviously Irish backed out here. Obviously might have made a mistake, or might be low on fuel, I'm not sure. Should just keep the retired car in the place where it is. And so, talking of retired cars, Theo's just had a spin, nearly retiring the same place, I think, or a bit later on where Plotters. Theo made that turn, spun on the next one, lost the rear as he was coming out of that corner. Yeah, Theo's had a spin. Red Bull behind his Vintage. Tommy's retired, but yeah, he's safety through. You think so anyway, wouldn't you? 135.9. And Menace Max doing an even better lap. 135.2 from him. And look at that, Mercedes dominance again. They've struggled to get both cars up there a lot of the time, haven't they? But always seems to be one of them up there at least, isn't it? They are running away, but we'll look for the constructors again soon. We are on board with Slayer.
Not bad.
It's not.
Oh,
it's not bad. It's not a bad lap, but he's P11. He's not even safe with it. How much you had a drink? Old Tree Slayer.
Bottle of wine.
Tree Slayer on his practice race run, as he always does in Q1. Actually needs to use the old tyres to set a times. He's in 13th. He's in trouble. He was up when we last saw. He needs at least a few temps here, and he's up to 12th. He does get 3 temps. He's ahead of Irish New Potato. That could be important. But will that be enough for the 6-lap old softs? A great time. Obviously messed up the previous runs, Tree Slayer. Will that be enough to get him through? I'm not too sure. McKenty, Vintage and Theo all on laps then. Theo is going again after that spin he had in his lap. Vintage coming through sector 3. He's about to finish his time. I don't think it's going to be too quick from Vintage. We'll see what it is. Crosses line is a 137.4. Yeah, he's over a second off the pace there. Farth in the pit still. McKenty's on his lap. Theo now starting. Don't spin, Theo. Stay off that curb. He nearly touched it and then he fought against it, didn't he? Mercedes coming into the pits. I think the Ferrari Starbus just on an outlap. And that Aston Martin of Immortal on outlap. I think that's just on the scrubs for some practice. So McKenty's the next time setter. Yeah, not too bad.
Crosby T-Touch, whatever his name is, but says, hi, I have a lot of free time. Would you be able to let me watch your chat? What's that,
Yeah, well,
that's about?
get yourself in the Discord, mate, and then we'll see. You can't. Yeah, get yourself in a Discord. I'm sure someone will stick a Discord link in there for you. Have a little chat. Have a lot of free time. Get yourself in racing. We've got spaces. Here goes McKenty. He's only 14th. It's a poor lap for McKenty. I didn't see sector 1. He might have made a mistake, but he's going to need more than that, that's for sure. He's far. Oh, and he's lucky. He's lucky. I know he spun there, but he's lucky. He saved it from going into the wall, and he's getting that rear wheel. Lucky he didn't lose a rear wheel there. If that's in the race, you definitely get rear wing damage from that. It's a huge clump he's had there. Got to pull those tyres down now, but he did well to avoid hitting the wall there, McKenty. Theo then about to finish his lap in the Haas. But missed Knowlesy, by the way, went up to P3. Irish New Potatoes crashed. Theo's only up to 16th, but Irish New Potatoes crashed in the same place. Well, it's a bit before. It's a bit before the place where Plotters crashed. So Liss is really claiming victory. And Dylan's had a spin as well, just in front. And they can't get through turn 2 and 3, can they?
It's horrible, isn't it?
They're really struggling. Of course, qualifying, they're pushing it more. So they might be able to back off there in the race, but they're really struggling. Irish New Potato and Plotters, they're probably both through with their times, but they're both going to be out. Their cars haven't made it through, unfortunately. Theo in 16th needs to find more time. Vintage obviously needs to find a lot more time. In fact, Theo needs to find over a second. Farf obviously hasn't set a time yet. Only 2.5 minutes left to go. Groove Ninja's retired. He's happily through. He's safe. I wouldn't be going out for practice runs. I did the same thing yesterday. Crashed. I was lucky not to lose a wheel.
As well.
But yeah, definitely no practice runs. Yeah, thanks for the follow anyway. Yeah, 949 followers now. One away from 950. Who's going to be number 950? If you're watching, you're not following, click that follow button. You'll go down in PBE history for being on 950th follower. How's that for you then? Jake the Slayer, I think he's going for another lap, isn't he? Oh, he's a 10th up, and he's just completely backed off. I think he's fought against it. He's heard us talk about the other instance there, and then thought, no, not having that. Cowie's retired in the pits, so he's safety through. Potstuff and Tree, so they know they're not safe. Don't forget, McKenty's actually 15th at the moment. If Theo improves on McKenty's time, McKenty will be going down to 16th because Plotters and Irish New Potatoes times are quicker. Farf's retired in the pits, so Farf wants to start towards the back as well. But you'd think Vintage, I don't think Vintage got that much time in that. And Theo needs to find, well, he needs to find at least half a second, more than half a second to push McKenty down. But it looks like it's between Theo and McKenty's retired in the pits. So I think that's a bit of a mistake, isn't it? Mind you, Theo's come in the pits. So, no, where is Theo going to come out? Is he going to have time to come out? If we have the glitch, which we don't think we do for once, and that 40 odd seconds. No, I think it's all done then. So McKenty's retired. I think as he's seen Theo come into the pits, there's only Vintage now that can rest for it. He might have a bit of a chance here to get ahead of Theo at least. He's definitely going to go for it. I mean, why not? He only needs 3 and a bit attempts to get ahead of Theo. That's definitely doable. Obviously being a long lap, and now track's in the best condition. But Tree Slayer, Potstuff, Jake the Slayer, they all know that they're safe now. So they can just come in the pits, they bought their runs, just Jake the Slayer's just done. But Vintage will be the only driver actually going for a lap in the last minute or so of this qualifying session. We're going to watch all of it. Don't invalidate early on. Flips that curb. He might as well push it. He's got to push it. He's got nothing to lose. Sector 1 time we'll see soon. And it's a 10th and a bit up. 10th and a quarter up. Vintage a little bit wide going into that corner. I don't know if he's still using the old braking assist, but oh dear.
He's gone, yeah. Oh, he's pushing too much.
So that, yeah, he was pushing it, wasn't he? He needed to. He needed 8 attempts, at least 8 attempts to get through. But absolutely, yeah, put the power down there, and then
you just go spinning.
Put it down too much, unfortunately for him. But yeah, Theo, I don't know why Theo's come out onto the track. He's out. We seriously think he'd get round the lap in about 20 seconds. Teammate Knowles, he's on the lap as well. Not too far behind Theo. He's at 1,000th ahead of Immortal there. It's a good P3 so far for Knowles. He's really struggled for quali pace lately. I don't know if he's just been sandbagging. He's a 10th and a half up here, so he's going for a lap, isn't he? Oh, he must have a high ride height on that car, because now he's going over those curbs. If that happened to me, it'd throw me into the wall. Yeah, nice on the brakes there. I love that turn. And go really wide, pull it back in, almost falls over, scoop it in. Don't want to touch that curb on the outside. Yes, this is really good from Knowlesy. I think this will come up to P1 for this session, as long as he doesn't make a mistake. The final corner. Really good lap, Knowlesy. Look at this. 1:35. No. Alright then. I don't see how he lost time in Sector 3. Sector 3, unless his tyres completely went off, but that Sector 3 looked perfect. He actually lost 3/10 on it. That's a strange one. It shows that I know absolutely nothing. But yeah, only 13 cars going through, unfortunately. So yeah, I think Plotters and Irish New Potato, yeah, they would have been safe. They would have been safety through those times. But they're pushing it again for an extra lap. They thought they were at risk. 11th. And like I say, they would have been 13th and 15th. So, I mean 13th and 14th, sorry. So they were definitely at risk. I see why they were going again, but that's cost them, unfortunately. So they're going out alongside Theo, Vintage, and then Fast 300p and Bradford didn't set a time. So only 13 cars going through the Q2, and the instants, the mistakes carry on, don't they?
It's going to happen on this track, isn't it? It's like Australia, isn't it?
It's going to happen on this game. I don't think what track it is matters. These are top drivers. You just see mistakes, aren't we, all the time? It's just this thing, isn't it? This game.
The curb should be so brutal, to be fair. I don't feel like that in real life.
It's not realistic, really? Is it? No. Not realistic at all.
Right, here we go. Q2.
Nice skies of Abu Dhabi. It does look nice. The track looks nice, but I think that's one of the positive things about this track ends, to be honest.
That is about it, yeah. They've got that Ferrari. I know in Abu Dhabi they got that world's fastest roller coaster, haven't they? Ferrari land
have
or
they?
something in it. Yeah, it's rapid. That is the fastest one in the world.
Not bad.
An interesting fact there, myself.
Yep. Very interesting. It's the only thing you've come up with ever.
Boys and girls.
Good evening to Mrs. Vintage. Hope you're well. Vintage just had a little spin, so I think he might need some consoling.
Yeah, get the tissues out.
Yeah, so I think a lot of them will definitely go to the mediums here, especially with only 13 cars being in Q2. More of a chance, obviously, of them getting through. Good luck in the race, Vintage, saying Jake. Yeah, well, we know Vintage. He'll give it a good go, won't he?
Consistent, yeah, you never know.
You, Jake, as well. Jake will definitely need the luck. Had a lot of luck last week, that's why he got some points. Whilst Jake's in the chat listening, don't forget to change the names you've cocked up in the standings. Like the lowercase letters on everyone's name. It does made in. Does.
Oh, bit of OCD there, isn't it?
Well, no, it's just English. Outlaps then for Tree Slayer and Dylan, both on the soft, so I presume they'll both be scrub runs, so I won't be keeping my eyes on that too much. Yeah, beginning of Q2, we do always say this is a bit where it gets a little bit tedious because a lot of them aren't even setting. You know, the times set in the first 5 or 6 minutes of this session are probably not going to be times that the drivers get through on.
We've got Immortal on the mediums, haven't we? He's going to go
He
for
is,
it.
yeah. Is he going to be quick enough though? Obviously, this is a track I don't think many will start on the soft, so we've seen it in recent weeks, especially in the Champions League, where it's such a sweat fest, if you like, where it's just everyone has to go to softs for Q2 just to get through. Like we say, we saw Black Box go out, didn't we, in Australia in Q2, and that obviously put him in midfield, and then he was yeah, he struggled to get through, and then last week he was out, wasn't he, in the race as well. He qualified towards the top, but yeah, he was involved in a bit of a scrap, wasn't he, with Sully, and yeah, I think Black Box was on the mediums, and then Sully was on the softs. In fact, was it with Sully? I can't remember. I can't remember who we come together with. he came together with someone, obviously caused DNF for him. What was the winning strategy yesterday? Oh, it was about 4 stops. It was about 4 stops, something like that. It was just safety car to safety car. There was no strategy involved.
How many cars finished then?
It was 11, but there was no strategy involved. It was just do what happens when the safety car comes. First time chat from AJSZN, PC or console. We're on PS4, mate. Oh, PS4, PS5.
Well, we got 950.
Yeah, have we? Oh, we have, yeah. And AJ became a 950th follower. So yeah, thank you very much to him. Follower number 950. Next landmark's 1,000, isn't it? Hope we hit that in a couple of weeks.
AJ, PS4.
Yeah, I've just said that. I've just answered that.
Did you? I didn't hear.
PS5 as well is fine. Immortals, this has been a good lap on the mediums by Immortal, by the way. It's a 1:35.2 on the medium tyres. That was a great lap, really good, really impressive. Both Ferraris gone on out laps on the medium tyres as well. I think we've got Groove Ninja. Oh, he's a little bit wide there, but he's okay. 950, get in there. Oh, he's gone that, yeah. He's a slow lap anyway from Groove Ninja. He's not going to be getting through at that time, that's for sure. 1:37.4, good couple of seconds off the mark. We've got Dylan on his softs. Presume it's a scrub run for him. He crosses the line, and there we go. Proves us right. Tree Slayer slowing down. He's invalidated anyway, so he needs to slow down, but he has done anyway. Tango on the outlap. On the mediums. Oh, a bit of a traffic jam through turn 1. Not sure what's going on there. Not turn 1, sorry, turn 2. Tree Slayer, yeah. I think just going for practice, isn't he? Tommy, I think he's doing the same thing on the scrubs. Well, he's invalidated now anyway. It's just bullshit. He invalidates, but he actually lost time from doing it. So, strange that. Well, I say strange. It's just his game, isn't it? Carries on out that. Tango's now started his up in the meetings. We'll watch him. Can he survive through turn 1 and 2? Yes, he can. Yeah. Just about. Turn 2 and 3, sorry, not 1 and 2. Starbus on the mediums in sector 3. Hot Stuff a bit further in front, but he's only on the outlap. I think Starbus will be the next competitive time. Immortal, I think, will just be on an in lap, and the Alfa Romeo Cowie obviously is going to be starting his lap. Yeah, this is awkward, this one. You can see cars that get wing damage going to that wall. Be careful. Oh, he turned in earlier. Starbus about across the line, and that's a 1:36. So what a time for Immortal in the mediums. We weren't even watching that lap. We weren't following it closely, but he didn't make any mistakes or anything there on that lap from what we saw. Great time. Great time from Immortal. We know the pace he's got. Yeah, anyway, we'll go on board with who should we go on board? We're going on board with Tango. Yeah, he's further in front, isn't he? Yeah, a few cars in front on out laps or in laps. I think Tree Stays, one of them got Groove Ninja, who's already set his time, and the Haas and Knowles, he's just on an out lap. Dylan's coming to the pits as well, probably to get the mediums on. Yeah, well done Tango for staying off that curb on the outside. Can't do that on the softs. No, I don't think I'd be able to. Either Jake, easily. Oh, and Tango's.
Has he lost it? I can't see.
I tell you what,
no, he hasn't.
He's actually set a decent time. Even with that, he's ahead of Starbus. So, yeah, he's 8 tenths off Immortal. And that was
the car completely.
It was just slight. He just almost hit the wall. He saved that really well. He still managed to get a competitive time in. Whether it be enough to get him through, I'm not too sure. But I'm sure Tango will be a bit annoyed, but at the same time a bit relieved that he didn't crash. Cowie in 9th then on the softs. Not too sure if this is a scrub run or not. It is a scrub run. Pretty sure.
Yeah,
Dylan's gone on to the mediums. Then we see Pot Stuff. 6 tenths on his team at Starbus. Where's he got this pace from? Incredible pace so far from Starbus. Don't forget Tango's ahead of that, even with that little spin though. Knowlesy on the softs invalidated again. Not sure if it's a scrub run or not. I love a little telemetry stat. Oh, and Knowlesy's
having a little
adventure, isn't he? A little bit of lawn mowing going on. It's already invalidated his time. I presume they're scrubs, otherwise he wouldn't have been pushing it so much if there were tyres he wanted to go again on. Great track, Abu Dhabi, saying young Tommy, especially those track limits. Fucking amazing. Mushroom saying that was lucky for Tango. Yeah, it was lucky for Tango. That's one word to describe it. And I'm sure he'll be quite relieved
Yeah,
he didn't end up in the wall.
Great track, Abu Dhabi, especially the
That's
track
exactly
limits.
what I just spread out, Justin.
I can't hear you. Hold on, let me turn my thing up. I cannot hear you. There we are.
I'll probably hear myself echo now.
Is that better?
You need a new mic. But yeah, that's fine. Well, it's the exact same as me, but is it alright for you? That's the question, because you're the one that's
Yeah, you're really quiet on the... I've turned up, you're still a bit quiet.
Knowles is going again, so I don't know if that's a scrub run. He's just saving the mediums. Yeah, he's saving up ERS on this, so he's just doing an extra practice. That Max on the mediums, again, one of the ones you always got to watch out for pole position. We'll start talking about pole position soon. We move into Q3.
That's alright, Tommy, I can hear it better now. I can hear it better now.
Justin drunk again, saying Tommy.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
I'm not
is.
Deaf.
He is.
It's my mic.
Drunk to the point we can't hear. That's a new level. We've got Dylan on outlap as well, so he's going for the mediums, getting ready. That was really nice in the medium tyres there for that little section from Menace Max. Dylan's just started his lap. Groove Ninja's on the mediums, going for another run. I don't think he'll be getting through with that time, so he's struggling to improve though, isn't he? He's not improved from his first run. He's over 2 seconds off Immortal's time, and Groove Ninja himself in Q1 put in a really good time, didn't he? This has been a really tidy lap from Max, so I think this will be close to Immortal. As long as he doesn't make a mistake. How close is it going to be, though? Can he beat Immortal? I think that's pushing it too far. It's not. It's 1:35.6. He's 4/10 of Immortal. You can't get pole position in Q2 either.
Provisional.
No, you can't get provisional pole in Q2 either.
Yeah,
that's Q3. You don't even have pole position. Tango, there we go. He improves. He's close to Immortal. Third lap on those medium tyres. That's not ideal to start the race on. But, yeah, Max in third. Yeah, see, there's no provisional means that something that's about to happen. So you can't. It doesn't make sense. Provisional pole in Q2. Might do in Fairyland. But
yeah, but that's my pole prediction. Immortal, Tango, Menace.
Well, that only happens in Q3. Bradfield obviously doesn't know, but you can't get pole in Q2. It's Dylan on his lap then. Down in 8th at the moment. That first run was on the scrub softs. Clips the curb there, Dylan. This is the one you want to avoid, that curb on the outside. He's hit it a little bit, it would have cost him a little bit of time, but not too much. Pulls off it quite quickly. This is the killer. Well, I was going to say, it made it look easy, didn't he? I didn't make it look too easy yesterday when I crashed, but he might lose it. Oh, he's gone wide there. And it's P5 for Dylan. He's below Starburst, but ahead of pot stuff, so interesting. McKenty going for the mediums as well. I think you've got to go for mediums. I'd rather be knocked out than starting the softs here. Oh, McKenty's invalidated. Why did he do that? Time wouldn't have been that great anyway, but I think there's a bit of unnecessary correction there. He didn't need to correct that too much. Might just been a reaction. Tree Slayer now down to turn 1 on his lap. Not looked too quick so far, but he does always save his best for Q3, doesn't he? Tree Slayer, and then more importantly, save his very best for the race. 17.3 through sector 1. We've got a bit of a race coming out the pits, I see, between a Williams and a Ferrari. Hopefully they don't come together. And they haven't. Tree Slayer DRS is opening. Is he going to try and nick a toe off that car on the left-hand side? No, he's not. Tango's retired. Yeah, top 2 are safety through on the mediums, aren't they? Immortal's got a couple of laps freshness advantage over Tango, though. I just think Max will be safe for that as well. The one's below and the 136 is not too sure. Just as about as drunk as Herman when he built this place.
Yeah, I've just said that.
Yeah, he is.
I love it. It's Friday night, mate, even though I've got to go to work tomorrow, but fuck it.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on. He'll lose his seat if he's drink driving.
I'll do stupid. I've been doing it for ages.
Yeah, well, it shows.
Well, I'm not too bad. I'm not bottom of the table, am I? I'm doing alright.
Well, it's the standings tables in football.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't drink Monday, and look what happened on Monday. It's like
What
I was
did happen?
drinking.
What happened? Go on, tell me.
I just completely lost at the start, and then it was a disaster from then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, as always. Anyway, Tree Slayer, this is a good lap he's set. He's up to P4 in the 135s. Yeah, that'll be close. I think he'll be safe. But the fact we've only got 13 cars, I think they'll make him safe. Nolte's gone out on the soft, so I think he's going to have to try and start on the soft. Surprised at that from Knowles. I think Groove Ninja will come out and do the same thing. And we've just seen Tommy get the P5. Again, similar time to Teresa, I think should be okay. Depends how many go to the softs. Cowie is now on the mediums. He's sliding a little bit. He's 3.5 temps up, so again, he's another one with that little slide. He might be just behind Starbus. That could cost him, but he's committed to the mediums now. He's got no time to go back and change. Jake the Slayer is also on the medium tyres, getting through turn 3 nicely. And Cowie's 8 temps up. This has been really good from Cowie, from according to what the times are telling us. Dylan has retired in the pit, so we'd rather risk being knocked out than guaranteeing him going through by starting the softs, and I don't blame him one bit. I want to start on softs here. He's turning a bit late there, Cowie. Would have lost a little bit of time going over that curb, but he should be okay. Oh, he's done well. He's really pushing it, Cowie, really pushing it yet again. He's not being punished. He's getting everything out of these curves. And he's up to P4, even the little slide there. McKenty has retired in the pits, so he's down in P12. He's going to be one of the 3 cars we lose. Knowlesy on the soft tyres, just starting sector 2. This will be his only attempt, I think. I don't even want to get through on 2-lap old softs either, but Jake Lasay's invalidated this time, so he's got to save up for one final attempt. There are 2 drivers we need to watch, but Groove Ninja's gone out on the 3-lap old medium to try and get through. I can't see him improving too much. Pot Stuff is going again, slightly down from his first lap in sector 1 though. Yeah, Dylan's not definitely safe yet, is he? Pot Stuff improves, if Jake improves, well, if Jake sets a decent time, Knowlesy does too. Dylan could be out.
Slayer.
Anyway, Knowlesy's the one to watch at the moment. In fact, I think, who's that going again? I think Starbus is going again, and he's up to 6th. He's ahead of Tommy. Just hitting his safety through now, Starbus. I think he would have been safety through anyway, so he might regret doing that, 'cause he's now on 3-lap old tyres. Jake Lasay going through sector 1. Turn 2, turn 3. Ooh, just about survived. Knowlesy down the soft tyres in sector 3. Groove Ninja, yeah, he's not set a time. Fortunately, he's in P10. Not set a number time. He's not made a checker flag. Knowlesy's going to be safety through this time. He should be up to P2 at least, and he is it's P3 on the soft tyres. Yeah, and Morton and Tango quicker than him on the mediums. But yeah, Knowlesy might have not been pushing it as much there because he knows that he would be through easily on those soft tyres. So it is between now Dylan, Pot Stuff and Jake the Slayer. Pot Stuff's going to be next. He's half a second up here, so I think he'll be safety through. He's about to cross the line, Pot Stuff. He's up to P9, so there we go. He is through. It's all between the 2 Williams drivers, 2 teammates. Jake the Slayer, he's just got to beat a 1:36.3, and he's invalidated. He's just gone 4 wheels wide there. That's a really silly mistake. Really silly mistake from Jake. He's left his time late, invalidated twice in a row.
Fresh tyres though, mate.
Really silly. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad place to start P12, but that was a really silly mistake, and he'll be kicking himself. And he knows it. It's the middle of straight, and he's just drifted 4 wheels wide. He weren't even close. He was clearly 4 wheels wide. He's invalidated, and that is Q2 done. Teresa, yeah, he's backed off. He knows he's okay. No big shocks really. So I mean, there never really is, because everyone is so closely matched. Anyway, time for Q3 very soon. I'll get the pole up, get that all set up and ready.
Get out.
Who thinks we get pole position? Let's have a look. This season,
I was going to go for Vintage. Oh, but he's out, unfortunately.
This season, Plotters has got 1 pole, and obviously it's not going to go well for him. I mean, it's not going to go well for him today because he's not in Q3. Twice for Max, twice for Tango, and then Treesire has also been on pole position.
Right, I'm going to predict mine. I'm going to go for Mortal, literally Tango. I'm going to go for Menace Max. Top 3 in order. In that order. Vintage, you're going to predict you for pole, mate. You got the pace.
There we go, it's a top 10. Dylan just a bit, well, I say Dylan safety got through. Anyone could have set a decent lap and got through there. Like Dylan could have been a second slow and still would have got through. So yeah, that's the thing. 2 didn't set a time, and then Groove Ninja didn't set a proper time. It's the thing when it's only 13 through. Anyway, let me set the poll up. Who got a stupid invalidation the first lap, saying Jake Slater, yeah, it was second lap, you had another chance and you bottled it. New pole. Who should we go for? We've got to go for the 2 Mercedes drivers, haven't we?
Well, what are you thinking?
I don't know yet.
Same as me.
I'm going to... Max, Tango, and got to say, Immortal's got to be in there for the pole.
Oh,
pace he's got. And then I'm also going to go for... Don't forget, Knowlesy was only 3rd on the soft tyres, so I won't stick Knowlesy up there. He could surprise us though, you never know. Anyone can. Just about getting the lap in at the right time. And I will go for Tree Slayer. Actually, no, we'll go for Young Tommy. We'll go for Young Tommy. We know he can come up with anything, can't he? There we go. We've got 3 minutes. Get your votes in now. Poll is now out.
Oh, it's a sneeze of it. Oh, God.
Feck off, saying Tommy. Yeah. Well, he's got a vote already, Tommy has. Who am I going to vote for? I'm going to vote for Max.
Pressure's on you, my friend.
2 people vote for Tommy. Wow. So, yeah, people fancying Tommy for this.
Oh, excuse me.
Don't blame him.
Apologise.
Just only apologise when you take them out in a race.
I'm starting from the back round, cruising around tonight.
First out is Dylan. He wants the cameras on him. That's all rather close so far, isn't it? 2 votes for Max, 2 for Tango, 2 for Immortal, 2 for Tommy. I mean, you don't get much closer than that, do you? 8 votes in already. Nothing to split between the 4 that have been nominated, that's for sure. Don't think Dylan's going to let anyone through, is he?
Right. 2 seconds.
Dylan then shaping up for his lap. I really like the Williams car this year. I've never liked it previously, but I think it's really nice. I like that yellow strip next to the light blue as well. A lot of Ukraine flags in it, but it's a lovely car with Williams. I know a lot of people have said they don't like it, but I personally love it. Anyway, he's getting ready, preparing his tyres for the lap. Everyone is on the track apart from Knowlesy and Cowie. Here goes Dylan then. Down into turn 1, what's it going to be like? Trying to go wide on the exit, cuts in nicely, doesn't take too much of the curb on the outside to begin with, avoids that inside curb, don't touch the next inside curb. He's trying to stay far away as he can from it. Only risk there is if you go wide, you can spin back in anyway. 17.3 for sector 1, bit wide, little bit wide, and then he's hit a bit too much of that curb as a result. He shouldn't have lost too much time there. Knowlesy's now out on his outlap as well, again taking a wide line there, Dylan. I tend to find you lose a tenth from going wide. And if you cut in and clip the apex there, don't get as better exit, but I still find that you gain time from getting close to the apex. That was me yesterday in qualifying anyway. Dylan then taking a bit of that curb, turns in nicely, opens it back out, and turns back in again and stays off that curb on the left hand side. DRS zone open. Good little combination there from Dylan. Everyone else on a lap behind, apart from Knowles in pots of an outlap. Cowie is in the pit, so they'll all come flooding in soon. 58.1 through sector 2. Yeah, again that curb you have to back off, otherwise you hit too much of that curb, you go flying. It's been a tidy lap from Dylan, it's just a matter of how quick it is. Oh God, dropped my remote. Where's Dylan? There he is. This is a bit. Yeah, again, you don't lose too much time hitting the curb. You don't want it really, do you? No one else has spun there on that orange curb yet. I've been saying how bad it is. Anyway, Dylan comes out the final corner, crosses the lines to 1:35.7. Next is going to be Tango. He crosses the lines to 1:35.5. Great lap there from Tango. We've got Ferrari is going to be next. And that's Starbust as a 1:35.4. Starbust provisionally P1. I think Max is going to beat it though. Max crosses the line. And yes, he does. He absolutely stonks it. Can Immortal beat it? Yes, Immortal can beat it. What about Tree Slayer? Tree Slayer, we left him out of the pole. Can he prove us wrong? No, he can't. Not with that time anyway. Next up's Knowlesy. No, he's not. He's just on an outlap. I think Trey Slayer must have made a mistake somewhere. Young Tommy's going to be next, bit further back. But look at those times to Immortal and Max. They are incredible times. And Immortal and Max won the pole with 3 votes each in the end. And Tommy goes wide and invalidates. So Tommy got those 2 early votes in the pole position poll, and he's showing the pressure. But it's clearly a two-way battle at the moment, isn't it? I'm sure Tango's got more time than that in the bag, and Trise has obviously got a lot more than that. Unfortunately, he's invalidated again. Cowie's still in the pits. Pot stuff on the lap. Knowles is as well, a bit further back. I think he's getting a bit of a slipstream. No, he's not. Ferrari have been incredibly good so far, haven't they? In this qualifying session, can they keep it up for Q3? Starbus has made a good start at least, hasn't he? This has looked a tidy final sector from Pot stuff. What can he do as he comes onto the straight? This is looking good. It could be P3. It is P3. Just a tenth ahead of his teammate. Ferrari looking incredibly good here. AC Immortal's really thrown his spanner amongst the works here. Up into P1, isn't he? That's an incredible time. Next, is Dylan going for another run? No, he's not. They're all coming to the pits. Tango's coming to the pits as well. What about Starbus? He's also in. It's not quite... I managed to do 2 laps on my first run in Q3 yesterday, and then still have plenty of time to do 1 lap towards the end. But yeah, so none of these are going for 2 runs. And you see how much he's taking the curve on the inside there. It's because it's so risky. That is why he's doing it. It's so risky. And Tommy's invalidated again. Knowles is about to cross the line to finish his lap, and he's up to P3. So he's found some pace, hasn't he? Good few. It's still a couple of temps off the top 2, but he's a few temps clear of the Ferrari. So great up there from Knowlesy. And we're about to see Max. He's going again. He's saved up his ERS, and now he's going again. This will be tight if he's doing a save up. I did back-to-back laps. I didn't save up ERS for a lap. And Max is going for it again now. So he'll cross the line about 4:10. He'll have to cut some corners if he wants to get back. If he's going to set this lap, he is up, and he's invalidated. So there we go. We don't need to talk about timings now because he'll come into the pits now at the end of this lap. Knowlesy backed off. Starbus is not going again. Cowie is now on an out lap. So I wonder if he's just going for it when the track is clear and possibly doing 2 runs, because he won't obviously get back in time for another run if he does this race. Well, if he does this lap and completes it, he won't have time to go back round and start another one. Although he's racing, isn't he? Got to be careful, because he needs to spin it. Like he's close to doing it there. He can easily pop up saying, "Listen, next lap invalidated," anywhere around the track for whatever reason, which is strange, I know, but that's what this game does. Almost identical to KD and Keza last night. I think he's on about the top 2 times. Yeah, I don't remember the pole position time for last night. I'll have to have a little look, but just get someone to have a look for us. Can't remember at all. Anyway, Cowie is now starting his lap. We've got Max and Knowles still out on the track, but they're both in laps. Cowie length. He's really been pushing it in Q2. A bit wide there, coming to the final corner. He really had to fight the car then on the exit curb. Yeah, he's taking the inside curve nicely. So he won't tell if he's up on his tyre. Can't even see his sector time. I think it's a 17 something, 17.3. So it's not the quickest we've seen. Oh, Tommy might have put him off a little bit there, being on an outside curve, but Cowie's done nicely there. Inside, almost clipping that apex. DRS open on the straight. Speak of the devil, even into... not Keza, sorry, it's not Keza, it's by Kieran, even Kieran. Yeah, a bit deep there, coming out of the braking zone. He's made up for it though, he's made up for it by swooping back in. So wide, yeah, it was a nice little 1-2 there from Cowie. Down to the next braking zone, 58.0, not too bad. He's probably on for that, in that Ferrari battle at the moment, I'd say he is. He needs a good sector 3, and this could be P4 for Cowie. It's looked good so far. Nice first couple of corners. This is a funny, awkward braking zone. He can easily go flying off wide. He's pulled it back in nicely. That's not as harsh on this game as it has been in recent years. Oh, he's again took the inside curve. So many corners there. You clip the inside curve, it bounces you wide for the next one. Yeah, it's a decent lap. He's been pushing it. He's might have lost a bit of time on the exit curve there as well, and he's only 7th. So yeah, he lost time in sector 3, I think. Yeah, it's not the best laps. I think he might be going for back-to-back. Immortal has just crashed. I don't know how he's done that. I don't know if he was coming out of the pits or what, but that's a strange one. They couldn't have been coming out of the pits, could it? The pit lane exits further along, but he's just lost it coming out of turn 1. That's a strange one for Immortal. So he's not going to be able to defend that provisional pole time. So Well, it's happened before where the first lap set is the one that gets it. But we'll see. Anyway, further along, who have we got? Where's Tango? Tango's actually going to be the next one to set a lap, so watch Tango. And you'd think he's got a lot more pace than what he showed in his first lap. And he's going to have time for 2 runs here as well. He might even have time to set a lap and then do a recovery lap as well, so Tango could be in a good place here. It's just looking really good for Mercedes at the moment, isn't it? It's gone wide, coming into the final, coming into the penultimate corner, which is a good line to take. I think this is going to be good for Tango. How close is it going to be? It's a 1:35.1. He's only up into P4. He is now going to do, I think, a recovery lap, but still going to have to be relatively quick to get to the line in time. Tree Slayer, I think he might have been validated, I'm not too sure, unless it was just an out lap. Starbus is next. Can he get back up to that P3? No, I think he was just starting a lap, wasn't he? Or just doing another recovery lap or preparation lap. Max on his out lap's going to be next across the line. Then it's going to be Tommy, so we'll go back with Tommy. Doesn't invalidate where he did last time. So this will be the first time Tommy sets an alternative set time in this session. So what's Tommy's pace like? Is it in the 1:34s? No, it's not. It's a 1:35.3. Again, I think he's got a couple of tenths more than that so far. Again, it's started to close down a bit. It was 6 tenths clear the top 2 were, but it's being narrowed all the time, isn't it? Cowie's next. I think he's just on a prep lap. There we go. He is now going to be starting his lap again. So there we go. 8 cars on an out lap. 8 cars on their lap. Immortal. He crashed out. Knowlesy just on an out lap. We'll go on board with not the Haas, because that's the one on the out lap. We'll go on board with Tango. He's the one. Oh, he's down. Yeah, he's on the preparation lap, isn't he? He's just on the prep lap. What about Tree Slayer in P10? He's invalidated, unfortunately. Starbuster's also invalidated down. I'm not sure he'll have time to get back and go for another lap. Dylan's also invalidated behind. What is going on? What about Max? Yeah, Max is a tenth and a half up. Max is now, I voted him for pole position, and I think he might be favourite at this stage as long as he gets his laps set. He doesn't lose any more time in this final sector. I think he could be the pole position driver for today. It is a good track to be on pole as well, because, like I say, the run down to turn 1 is short. There's not much opportunity for cars behind to get past you, as long as you don't have a shocking start. Dylan's in the pits, so yeah, Q3's not gone too well for him, is it? I don't think Immortal's going to be able to hang on to this, is he? Max is now coming onto the final straight. This has been a quality lap. He crosses the line and he does get P1. He only gained a tenth and a half in the end. He didn't gain time in sector 3, but he's just about a tenth ahead of Immortal. Who's next then? Tommy's in the pit, so he's not been able to go again, as we know. Oh yeah, Starbus is done. Pot Stuff is now 2.5 tenths up as well. Pot Stuff, he could have got to P3 here. Don't forget Knowlesy and Tango have still got to set laps. What can Pot Stuff do? Does he go P3? He does go P3 for now. Just creeps inside the 134s. Cowie has invalidated. So it's not been a great session for Cowie in Q3, is it? Next is going to be the Haas of Knowlesy, who's a tenth and a half up. He wants to claim that P3 back. If he has a good final sector, he could even get that P2 of Immortal yet. If it's a super good sector, who says he can't get pole?
You wrote him off.
This is good. I did write him off. I said I don't think he'll be getting pole position today. He crosses the line very, very soon, and he is P3, so he's just over a tenth off pole in the end. Tango in P5. He's down on his time only just, but he's still going to be pushing it. If he lost time in sector 3 on his first lap, then this could be important. Starbus has crashed out, I think. He's going for it. Even if he find a tiny bit of time, he could be up to P4. But let's have a look at Tango. He does get P4, and he lost a lot of time, obviously, in sector 3 on his first lap. Tree Slayer then goes up to, I think that was it 7th, I think, 6th or 7th. But yeah, it is pole position for Menace Max. The one I said would get pole position. Come on, his 3rd pole of the season, and Immortal will be kicking himself in the garage because obviously he crashed. Knowlesy is a solid 3rd for him, and Tango in 4th, really close between the top 4. Pot Stuff, great time for him too. Tree Slayer then a few tenths back in 6th. Tommy in 7th. Starbust 8th. Cowie 9th, and Dylan in 10th. I say he probably won't be too happy with that, Cowie and Dylan, but at the same time, I don't think anyone would be too happy being 9th or 10th in this session, because they're all top drivers throughout the league.
It's alright, the race is the most important thing.
Exactly. I'm talking the race. It's about to start.
Let's go.
1 second between the top 10. Yeah, it's relatively close, isn't it? Really good to see. Come on, let's get this thing going. Yeah, I presume it's all dry race, as you'd expect for this track. But yeah, it's just one, even, you know, we said in the race week notes, probably one where you won't see as many DNFs, you know, wider track, so it allows you to race more. But again, last night just proved it's not about poor racing at all. I think the racing is absolutely brilliant across all our leagues, even with the wide space. It's not about that. It doesn't matter how wide the track is. It's the curbs. It's not the crashing between drivers. It's just the spins on your own and then hitting into the wall. That's the thing. So it doesn't matter how wide the track is. That curb's always going to be there, and so is that wall. Yeah, nice one, Mercedes, saying Sam Swift. I think KD's cheering along Mercedes. Well, yeah, Mushroom, KD, and Sam Swift all in the comments cheering along Mercedes. Lovely to see from them. And of course, Mercedes, you can see the garage in front. Max and Tango, and they're in a great starting position, aren't they? First and fourth. Quickly have a look through the constructors at last, because I keep forgetting to look through them, don't I? Have a look through the constructors, because I think Mercedes doing pretty well in it, they'll be pleased to know. And yes, they are 163 points in the lead. But they are in the lead with 163 points. They're 40 points clear in the lead of McLaren. Red Bull led in third towards the bottom. Aston Martin right at the bottom. And then Haas are in ninth as well. So Theo and Knowlesy need to get their skates on. In terms of tyres for the race, obviously Knowlesy, the only one that went through the top 10 on the soft. So he'll be looking to challenge at the start of the race, won't he? On those soft tyres, he'll want to try and get into the lead and then try and pull away if he can to make his strategy work. He might be going for a two-stop. I presume he would be. With starting on the softs, I think soft hard would be a bit of a hard falling strategy. It's about getting the points, that's what matters. And then bottom 10, all opting to start on fresh mediums, apart from Plotters and Theo on fresh softs. So they're looking for overtakes early on as well. Not a single driver touching the hards. If I was starting the bottom 10 here, I'd be starting on the hards all day long. But obviously none of these are.
Oh no, trust the hards.
So I think, yeah. Well, I can't, like I say, I was on the mediums when I crashed, so, you know, might as well be on the inters for all I care. But obviously, in terms of spinning, you know, spin on anything. Irish and Farf, come on, saying Kieran, he's cheering on his Alpine compatriots. Good luck all, come on Mercs, saying Mushroom, go Mercs, saying KD as well. Yeah, I think Mushroom had a difficult race yesterday, but KD, I think he got some points home in the end after did have an incident. Obviously he had a 5-second penalty which didn't help him as well.
No, Woods, I don't want it.
So I think it's down in 6th, I think. Or Woods wants to play with you, Bradfield. Come on.
No, thank you.
Yeah, Immortal was in the comments, and he put an emoji that didn't look too happy, so I think that was in response to his instant accelerated too much on the turn 1 exit curve. Jack Slayer said as well, so we missed that. But Max is almost lining up. Bradfield still, yeah, he's not dropping too far back. So needs to speed up a little bit now. Sweet MGP has his in front. Max is getting bored, I think. And they're all lining up, just waiting for the couple towards the back. Let's see how this race start goes. We saw a big incident between KD and Psycho yesterday when they were second and third. Knowles, he's going to want to push at the start, isn't he? Let's not forget that.
Oh, good luck, lads.
Can't see any lights. We got lights. Lights out straight away, and away we go. Does Knowlesy get a good start? Not too much of a good start. He's had an awful start, in fact. It's Mercedes 1 and 3 now. Knowlesy going around the outside, trying to get a place back from the Ferrari. He manages to recover the 4th, but Tango's got up to P3. It's a great start for Tango. It's exactly what Knowlesy didn't want. Well, he's going to try and look back for it straight away. Menace Max, however, has had a great start, and he's pulled clear. And Knowlesy just can't get back past Tango just yet. He's going to have to be patient towards the back. Plotters, I think, has had a bit of an incident after a fantastic start. He's back up to P11, though. Alpha Tauri there going down the inside. I think that's Treeslayer looking for him on Starbus. Ends up losing a position to Tommy. Plotters back ahead of Cowie. Yeah, Plotters on the softs getting a really good start. Theo not having so much of a great start. Vintage falling down to last, but Menace Max leads by a good 6/10. Tango further back, and Knowlesy really struggling on these soft tyres. Starbus being overtaken by Dylan on the straight as well, and he concedes that position. He breaks early, and Plotters wasn't expecting that, and Plotters on the softs got to try and take that. He wants to get through the field, doesn't he? They're side by side. I think Plotters could have a good run here because Starbus off the track, and now Cowie's going to get interested in this too. Tango's close to Immortal, by the way, for P2. Is Tango going to make a move? We've got to have a look at this. He is going down the inside. We didn't want people racing here, and that. Yeah, Tango, like I say, It's such a difficult place to go side by side. Never really worked, and we've got all sorts of positions changing towards the back. Jake's lost a few places, and look at this. There's 3 abreast. It's far from McKenty. Oh no, not far from McKenty. Side by side. McKenty, I think, is going to try and go down the inside. We're going to ball with Theo. Far from the outside. McKenty's going down the inside. Oh, they make contact. Farth's on the inside. McKenty's on the outside, and Farth's got the position, I think. McKenty's got to try and fight it, but Farth has managed to get ahead. Farth and McKenty just had that battle together, and they didn't take each other out. I'm shocked. McKenty, is he going to look to try and come in the pits? No, he's not. He looked like he might have had a bit of damage there, and he's been... Oh, Theo's a bit aggressive there from Theo. McKenty losing places then, and Menace Max is just pulling away, isn't he? Immortal struggling to even see him in front. Tango's still ahead of Knowlesy. Knowlesy's not making this soft worse. He needs to get through now. He needed a good start because these softs will start to go off very early. Potstuff in 5th, and then
gone.
McKenty's gone.
Wow.
McKenty has lost it. There we go. That's our first victim coming out of turn 3, and it's going to be a late call if there is a safety car. You never know with this game, though. Wouldn't surprise me if it still came out. No. So McKenty's just had a huge crash there. It's on standard, but he's just had a huge crash there, McKenty. Bird Mylander's not bothered with that. Plotter's up to P8. He gets ahead of Dylan. The only thing, when you leave the space for cars to get through, it then leaves you under a lot of pressure from the next car as well, and that's what Dylan's found out here as well, because Cowie is close behind now. Cowie, of course, the only Alfa Romeo left, and Tommy's getting past Potstuff. Tommy ran the outside. I think Tommy's got that. Potstuff's going to have to concede, and he does. And Dylan managed to stay ahead of Cowie just about, but fighting that, he's lost time. Plotters has had a great start on those hard, soft tyres, up 6 positions. Farth's up 4. Jake Slayer's lost 4 places, so I'm not quite sure what happened to him. Hopefully his timing sort themselves out. Yeah, we had a lobby where we didn't have that 40-second glitch in qualifying, first time in ages. And then we had the lights out and away we go. For real. But now we can't get the standing set up properly, and we don't get a safety car, which is a good thing. Immortal sets the fastest lap, so he's catching back up to many laps. Good thing not to get a safety car, but a huge crash like that. I'm surprised it's not come out. Far 39.5, 139.5, fastest lap, and all the field were within a second of each other, apart from the top 2. And then Theo was the only other one not within a second, and he is definitely not within a second now, because he has not got 4 wheels on his car. And he's lost it out turn 1, same place, and Groove Ninja's got a penalty. He's hit into Irish New Potato. It's a virtual safety car. Groove Ninja's had a collision with Irish New Potato there. I'm not quite sure how that's happened, just under the safety car. But look, it shouldn't be that close. You've got to back off there, Groove Ninja, I think. Really close to the back of Farth under the safety car, VSC, but I asked him for problems with that. Yeah, Theo really been struggling lately, isn't he? And again, he's out in the early stage of the race. And if he's not careful, he's going to bring himself into relegation contention. All it takes is a few bad races without getting points here. If other people around you pick up points, you're in trouble. So yeah, Irish New Potato, unfortunately, given a 5-second penalty. I'm not quite sure whose fault it was between Irish and Groove, but Groove Ninja's lost a couple of places because of it. So yeah, VSC still out. My lap 3 call is wrong now, saying Kieran. Yeah, this will help. This will help save up the ERS a little bit, won't it? Now, we'll stick the telemetry back on now the first lap's done. That's long VSC as well. It's been nearly a whole lap of Abu Dhabi. Yeah, losing that at turn 1 is same as what Immortal did in Q3. Is Knowlesy coming in the pits? He is coming in the pits. So he's hoping the VSC stays out for a lot longer, and it doesn't. And Irish has got a drive-through penalty, and Knowles has been really done over there as well. He's coming in the pits, hoping the VSC will stay out, and he's going to have to. That's a really expensive pit stop now. This is going to be Irish is straight in the pits to do his VSC, do his drive-through penalty. It's the best idea. Get it served as early as possible, and then obviously if there's a safety car straight away, that's then gone. There we go. Irish driving straight through. Knowlesy's further in front. We've got yellow flag. Who's it for? It's for Starbus, I think. It is. He's had a spin. And he's got no front wing either, Starbus. That's going to be really painful. Driving around almost the whole lap with no front wing. Dylan under big pressure from Cowie again. I think Cowie's just got a bit too much pace from this race so far, hasn't he? But they've both got DRS somehow. And Tango's getting past Immortal, and he does it down in the brakes. Down on the brakes, not in the brakes. Yeah, I think Immortal being a reserve, he's not going to fight them all too hard, is he? As he knows, which is fair enough. Anyway, eventful start, and Dylan's now under pressure. Oh, Tree Slayer on Potstuff first. Plotters behind, wants to get past both of them. This could be a great move from Plotters. He's going around the outside, and Potstuff's trying to go back on the inside of Tree Slayer. Plotters is in a bit of trouble if you. Oh, and he's made contact with Potstuff, and Potstuff lost it by himself there. Plotters, hope Plotters has got wing damage from that by going into the back of him. Although looking at the exit he's just got, he might have. I think Plotters might have wing damage. Oh, he's getting out of the way. He has. That's so unlucky. Plotters' strategy was working absolutely brilliantly, soaring through the field, and he just got wing damage. Potstuff just lost the traction and spun in front of him, and he's just spun into Plotters' path, and Plotters has now got wing damage. Bath gets a 3-second penalty. That's such a shame for Plotters. It's a racing incident, obviously there's no one at fault for that.
Oh no! Oh!
And Bradfield is also out.
What is going on?
Look where he's lost it. He's lost it exactly where I lost it, and we got a safety car.
Fuck's sake!
And that'll help Irish, that'll help Vintage. Vintage had to pick something as well. It'll help Plotters recover now as well.
Just went too wide.
Yeah, Bradfield has lost it, the exact same lap, the exact same place as I did yesterday, in the exact same car. So, I think he was having a bit of giggle at that when that happened to me, but yeah, karma. There he goes, says Mushroom.
Fuck!
It's just, there he goes, nothing, no, there's his weekly crash. Yeah, he's in trouble now, Bradfield.
Joke.
Turn up the race piss. That's what you get.
Big corner.
Well, join me in the commentary team now.
Yeah.
What a rubbish driver. Absolutely pants.
Fuck,
Irish have put on the
joke.
soft. I think Irish might be trying a soft strategy now to the end. I wonder if any of the top 12 are going to pit. All them medium since the start. It's going to be a bit of a train, isn't it? I wonder if anyone will pick the softs or possibly pick the more mediums or pick the hards even. I don't think hards will go at the end, so I don't think anyone will do that. But yeah, I've had a bit of a loss really in terms of strategy. Yeah, it's a good opportunity for Plotters to catch back up though, after being unfortunately given wing damage by no fault off the man on board, which is pot stuff. And then the Irish, of course, after that unfair 5-second penalty I think he was given. And look, they're all coming in. Apart from Max and Immortal, everyone else is coming in. Jake and Pot Stuff staying out as well. I'm surprised they've all come in. Giving themselves some work to do now. Max and Immortal need to pull away though from that pack. Yeah, pretty surprised at that. Anyway, Tango will be first one to come out. Then Tommy. Where's Knowlesy's actually come out back ahead of Tommy and just behind Tango. So that pit stop Knowlesy did, which he was hoping to be under the BSC, he's actually not lost anything from it now. On the lap older tyres, but that won't matter too much. But he's come out ahead of Tommy. Groove Ninja's in the pits, Starbucks back in the pits as well. This safety car could be out for a couple of laps. The field is really spread out.
Yeah, it's going to well be well.
Starbucks got no front wing still. That was ages. It was like ages ago he lost it. Unless he's had another
session.
Yeah, well,
Bye bye, Theo.
he's gone. Out of the race, Theo. Yeah, Theo, McKenty and Bradfield, I think they are three of the drivers at midfield but at risk of dropping into the relegation battle if you like. Let's have a look. McKenty's 11th, Bradfield's 12th, Theo is 14th. They're on 20, 17 and 14 points. So yeah, some of the drivers towards the bottom like Sweet MJP or Bath or Knowlesley pick up decent points, and those three are in trouble. So they've not had great form the last couple of races, so they need to pick it up. Yeah, I think we'll just be... Oh, 100 bits from Shadows. Thank you very much, Shadows.
Cheers,
Much
mate.
appreciated,
Thank
mate. Shadows, great result yesterday in the McLaren, didn't he? Didn't quite have to pace towards the last few laps, but good result Shadows got. He overtook me in the stand as well. Yeah, as I say, people donate bits. I'll stick a bit in myself as well. So wipe my bank account clean when people donate bits. That does. There we go. There's mine as well. Give my own little bit. But thank you very much, Shadows. Much appreciated, mate. As always. Yeah, Vintage in 15th is head of Irish, head of Starbucks. The Starburst must have had 2 separate incidents, because he wouldn't have been driving around that long without a front wing, unless he did an extra lap, forgot to pit, or missed the pits possibly. That could be. Yeah, that's really that's possible to do around here, especially no front wing. Missed the pit stop completely. Anyway, Tango now on those fresh mediums up in 6th. I tell you what, he's in a good place there, isn't he? If he made a couple of overtakes, then the top 2, who looked like being the clear race leaders in Max and Immortal, they could be in trouble. Yeah, Immortal in the championship, his pace is absolutely incredible. His quali pace is brilliant. I mean, same as KD really. KD and Immortal both constantly up there when it comes to qualifying, but when it comes to the standings, Kezza's in the lead with 141, Dan Murphy 138, gap, and then it's 77 points down to Immortal in 3rd, and then KD in 4th. So it's just about getting it together in the race, isn't it? For KD, and then Immortal, obviously, who's up in 2nd. So, well, reserving a league above. I wonder if that can help Immortal. He might just be, like I say, reserving. He's told to be extra careful because you don't want to ruin other people's races. He might realise that being that extra bit careful actually helps him. And hopefully it does, because, like I say, personally, I'm not the quickest, and I tend to get a lot of points just from being careful. So it might work wonders for Immortal. The safety car is coming in this lap anyway. Watch out for these soft runners, especially Irish and Starburst. They'll be looking to make moves up at the start, but keep your eyes on Tango. Obviously, we'll be watching the race leaders, but keep your eyes on Tango as well, because he'll be looking to make moves ahead of Pot Stuff, Sweet MJP and Jake, and try and challenge his teammate for lead even. Can someone tell me what happened to cause a safety car, saying Visors? Yeah, well, Bradfield happened. That's what happened, mate.
Fucking me, that's what it was. Went too
Where
wide.
the safety car is now. He went wide here, hit the orange curb as I did yesterday, and then went flying into the wall. Anyway, we're watching on board with Max. He's not fallen too far back from the safety car, is he? The safety car's only just in the pits. He's nearly overtaken it, and he's gone coming out the final corner. So yeah, didn't bunch the pack up at all, did he? And they're all really close gaps, but of course with it being such a short run, and Tango goes down the inside, and Sweet MJP tries to anyway, and that was never gonna. Yeah, never really was the space. Sweet MJP might struggle for grip here. Tango, he's using his ERS around there. Oh, that's really risky. He's going to go for it on the inside. He does go for it on the inside. And he gets a 3-second penalty because of it as well. He gets the move done. Sweet MJP spun. And I think, I'm not too sure about that one. He might argue that Tango was a bit too aggressive there. But we said Tango needs to get through, and he definitely is doing that. We've got a great battle for 7th here. I don't know if Tommy's got a really bad exit here. Tommy's had a really bad restart. There we go, they're going to go 3 wide, aren't they? 4 wide even. What is Farf getting himself into here? This is going to go wrong. This is going to go wrong at some point, surely. Look at this, the Alfa Romeo sticks his nose in. Tommy's lost 2 places there. Farf's he might gain 4 places here, Farf, if he can get this move done. Now we're going on Tree Slayer as well. Don't quite think he's going to get it unless he's really late on the brakes around the outside. He's not going to go for it. It's a game of chicken. Who backs out first? Farf the inside. Now round the outside. And Farf's off the track. He's turned in early there, and yeah, that was 1 too many there, and I think fighting that one might let Tommy in for a chance now. I think Tommy's just about going to have to back off, and he does sensibly back off, even though he might hit into Farf. He does just about. I tell you what, all 4 of them to still be running next to each other after that battle is something nearly a miracle. Yeah, Cowie thinks about making a move there, and soon thinks against it, taps the back of Tommy, and Tommy's in the pits. So I don't know, he must have damage. That's why he had a slow restart. That's really spread the field out. Knowlesy's close to the back of Tango now as well. Knowlesy's had a good restart. Menace Max had a great restart. Wasn't even watching the battle for lead at all. Max has pulled a 2nd over Immortal already. Pot Stuff really struggling. And Tango's going to look for another move, and he has got that 3-second penalty, Tango, where he was being aggressive on the curbs. Is Knowles going to send up the inside? No, but Tango is. He couldn't send up the inside because Tango did on Pot Stuff. It's aggressive again from Tango, but gets the move done. Pot Stuff's pushed wide, but he's still just about on the track. And Knowles, he's got the slipstream from Tango, isn't he? Which is going to allow allow Knowles to have a bit more speed. He's got the inside line as well. They've got to be careful they don't hit up into the back of Tango. Pot Stuff on the outside. I think he's been hit. We'll look on board with the car behind. It's the Alpha Tauri, Knowlesy. This is a great line Knowlesy's taken there. That's really good move from Knowlesy. And he Can he make it stick though? Because Potstuff's now got the slipstream battling each other though. Knowlesy's already a second behind Tango now. Potstuff going to go for the inside. Sensible there from Potstuff. Thinking against it. So it's a really good, wise move there from Potstuff to back out of that. And Cowie's got a 3-second penalty. He's improved his penalties lately, but they come back to haunt him today. Immortal's catching up to Max, isn't he? He's really catching up. Half a second he's gained over the last sector or so. Jake the Slayer in third. He's not falling back from it exactly.
He's doing well, isn't he?
Race pace has been quite good, Slayer, yeah. From P3. Tommy, such a shame he had to pit, but it's soft to the end now for Tommy, unless there's a safety car before. What is a Bradfield? A driver that's crap, mate. Nah, the driver down in P18, Jay Bradfield. And he is the one that's joined us in the commentary now. That strange laugh you just heard. Vintage getting past Sweet MGP, and that's because Sweet MGP is coming into the pits. Top three, look, Jake stays in DRS range, but Immortal, mind you, Tango and Knowlesy are catching up even more behind. At the moment, Tango and Knowlesy, the quickest drivers on the track. Yellow flag, because Starbust is out. He had a great qualifying, Starbust, and it's a VSC. That'll help Sweet MJP save some time in the pits as he's changing his front wing. But yeah, Starbust again, great qualifying. He's coming out of turn 2. He's lost it all the crashes we're seeing. They're coming out of turn 1 or turn 2 or turn 3. It's just such a hard place on this game, isn't it? I say it's not even much to do with the curb sometimes, but this game it seems to have got a lot worse. Hopefully there's no collisions under the VSC. Oh, it's a full safety car now. That's why they've all bunched up even more. That's because it's a full safety car that's come out again. It's a Starbust. I think it's another one of those drivers in that midfield battle, isn't he? Where is he in the standings? Starbust is... yeah, he's in 15th, so we've lost the drivers in 11th, 12th, 14th and 15th. So it's all that sort of area, struggling for consistency. Had some good results. Theo got 5th in Austria. McKenty's been on the podium. Bradfield's had a couple of 7ths, I think, but it's just being consistent that's stopping them from getting in the top half and could drag them closer to the relegation zone. Yeah, again, lifeline for Tommy and Sweet NJP. This safety car. I know we say it's frustrating having a safety car at least twice every race and a lot of DNFs, but like I say, it's just this game. It's not poor driving. It's not like there's cars wiping each other out on the track. It's just this game throws you off. As simple as that.
That's it.
There's nothing that can be done about it.
You lost it at the exactly same place as I did.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I lost. Yeah, I can't today, but all I'll say is I lost it once in about the last 40 odd races. I think you've lost it.
Assists on, that's why.
There's only once in the last 40 odd races you haven't lost it or fucked up somewhere.
You're assist king, mate.
Why would you take assists off if you can't do it? Why would you take assists off if you crash?
Trial and error, mate. Trial and error, mate.
It's error and error. Error and error.
You gotta go for it or don't bother.
Well, no.
Take traction off.
I did yesterday in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
I did yesterday.
Completely.
Yeah, I did yesterday for qualifying Abu Dhabi.
And the next race.
Crashed? No, you're alright. I'd rather get some points, thanks. What would you choose? Oh, look at me, I've got no assists. I crash every fucking race, but look, no assists.
Yeah, but it takes time.
It takes you a fucking load of time. It takes you a universe.
You
still can't do it. But you've been on it every year and you're shit still. How many podiums you got? 0. Absolutely 0.
You might as well put it on AI, mate, and then pause the game.
Well, no, I don't enjoy that. I enjoy driving as I do, picking up many more points than you do. Your expensive wheel.
Well, it's a long season left yet, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it'll be very long for you. You carry on. There you are. Jake the Slayer's on the hards, by the way. P12. So he's the only one in the top 12 going to the end. Knowlesy could potentially go to the end of the mediums. That'd be a really tough ask, but I think that's what he's going to be doing. He's got to be really conservative on those tyres, though. Pack's already bunched up, apart from young Tommy, who's just pitted for mediums, and he's put scrub mediums on him, so he won't be going to the end on them, I don't think. So he might come in and put the hards on. I'll put the hards on, just drive about slowly, personally. I think Jake's on to a winner here. Again, looks like it could be on some decent points, Jake, if he just keeps this going.
I think he's going to bin it.
I hope he bins it, but...
Fuck's sake. You can't say shit like that.
He knows I'm pissing about. I'll say stuff like that to you every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I know, you put me off in quali when I do quali as well. scream in my ear when I go around the corner.
Anyway, where were we? Max still leads. So, why have they not come in? Are they going medium soft? They must be. I only just realised that. Why haven't top Max and Immortal staying out on the track? They've got to be going for medium soft then, surely. They've got to try and get them to 17 laps and then pit for softs. I don't think that's going to work too well. Every race is just pot luck, isn't it? To be honest. Because of the strategy and the safety cars. You can't rule young Tommy out from winning this yet. I mean, it's great in a way.
It's mixed up a little bit, doesn't it?
Safety car will be in this race. Yeah, I hope it is for this race. Safety car will be in this lap. I'm pretty sure. Tang obviously got just 3 seconds. He's got, yeah, 3 for him, 3 for Far, 3 for Cowie. But Trisa is in a great place then, isn't he? Because obviously the highest runner of the fresher medium tyres. Still got to pit, of course, but if he can try and mount a challenge on the top 2, obviously Tango will first, but he's got the 3-second penalty. Safety car is coming in this lap. I crash all the time, saying Joe Bradfield, yeah, we know, don't we know?
It's Belgium for ALR, isn't it?
It is, yeah, you'll be crashing there as well.
Nah,
no matter which corner.
Back, mate.
Yeah, you're starting from the back today.
I'm not drinking Monday. No, I've been to work Tuesday morning, so I'm not doing it. No way.
When's minutes Matt's gonna go? He left it really late. Yeah, he's not bunching the pack up at all, is he? He's close to the safety car. He just wants to keep warmth in the tyres, and I think he knows, as we said earlier in commentary, the pit straight is not long, so he's not being under too much pressure straight away. He's just leaving it late so he keeps his tyres warm, avoids making a mistake, and then goes out the final corner. That's exactly what he does again. Immortal's read it, but there's not much he can do about it. Is Tango going to go for a late move? No, he can't. He's just a bit too far back. Tree staying 4th. Farf's had a great restart. He's gone wide. He's got another 3-second penalty though. Trouble for Farf then with all those penalties. Oh, he's taking that inside curb. He's had to because Tree has gone wide. Farf's got to go for it on Tree here, isn't he? Oh, he does go down the inside. He's got to be careful. He takes Tango out. No, he doesn't. He takes himself out. Tango's still going. Farf's losing all the places, and that was his own fault, unfortunately. He's spun onto the grass now as well. Yeah, it's a big shame for Farf, but he was just too late on the brakes. He hit into Tango. Luckily for Tango, it didn't cost him time or anything, but it has spun Farf out. Yeah, he'll be frustrated with himself, just too late on the brakes. Further in front, Tango's really closing up on the top 2. Treeslay's not quite got the pace at the moment. Oh, and Cowie's hitting that inside curb. That's flown him up in the air. He's not lost any places, but he lost a good amount of time. Yeah, Immortal. Yeah, Max is just a bit quicker than Immortal, isn't he, in terms of race pace. But Tango and these fresher tyres will look to try and get through as soon as possible, won't he? Inadvertently, his teammate is holding his race up.
Pot stuff is slow here. Pot stuff is right behind him here.
Yeah, pot stuff on the fresh softs. You'd expect him to get through soon enough.
He should do.
This isn't Jake's battle, is it? This would be great for Jake though, if he can just cling onto the train of all the cars in front that's still got to pit.
That's it, mate.
I'm going to say it now. There's no more safety cars. Jake Slade can win his race. Because his tyres will be fine to the end. Everyone else has got a pit. So yeah, he's looking good, Jake. Curve in front, Immortal's falling back, isn't he? And Tango could make this a, well, Mercedes 1-2 for now, couldn't he soon? Yeah, Immortal's just about doing enough, isn't he? Might have to wait until the DRS is enabled. Cowie further back. Dylan's not quite got the pace. Good to see Plotter's back up there after that early unfortunate wing damage for him. Irish in 8th on the soft tyres. 8-lap-old softs, and surprised didn't pit under that safety car. Farf is now in the pits now. However, Irish's teammate, oh, he's getting down a bit early on the power, but he does save it. Further in front, look at Tango on Immortal. Is he going to go for it down the inside? He's got to be careful with his teammate if he does. He's going for it. He's tentative doing it though. He wants to put the car side by side. And Immortal, oh, he's spun him, sliding himself, sorry. He's lost a few places there, Immortal. So there we go, the top two's changed for the first time this race. He just went in a bit too late there, Immortal. He's lost a load of places because of it. Tango not at fault at all there. And Tango is now up into P2, camping on Tree Slayer, can't quite get a move done. Immortal and Irish side by side, and Immortal having to go wide. Did turn in a bit too early. Groove Ninja and Immortal now. And then Vintage there in 8th as well. The three reserves, 8th, 9th and 10th batting out at the moment. Pot Stuff getting past Jake the Slayer at last. Knowlesy trying to get past Vintage as well, isn't he? He's going to have to wait. It's not the easiest place to get through. Further in front. Plotter's getting really close, isn't he? The back of Dylan. It's all one bit of a train at the moment, isn't it? Vintage still making Knowlesy wait. He's not letting him through easily. Plotter's on Dylan. 3 second paper Sweet MGP, and Plotter's just not quite got enough. Knowlesy again still can't get past Vintage on the straight either, so Vintage doing a good job. Vintage is not exactly slow on these 10 lap old softs, is he? He's not slow. And Knowlesy want to try and get through as soon as possible. He's got to be careful because Vintage with that braking assist is going to brake in weird places.
That's it.
And yeah, Knowlesy still can't get through. Though on the straight he might. Depends on Vintage's setup. He's got to go for it here, swing it on the inside. No, he's focusing on getting a good line for the straight. And this, yeah, Immortal.
He's done well there.
I don't know if Immortal's got damage, but he's really struggling now, isn't he? And look, the lead changes hands. Max lets his teammate through. He knows Tango's tyres are quicker, and because of the safety cars, Tango's now in a better place than Max. Obviously, he's got that penalty though as well. And now can Max try and fight everyone else behind? And Knowlesy still can't get past Vintage, though he's got a good exit there, and I think he'll have him here, won't he? He's got the DRS as well. Vintage has also got DRS, but I think this is Knowlesy's position. Groove Ninja's getting past Immortal. Immortal easily past further in front. Irish on Plotters is getting close as well. Yeah, Knowlesy does manage to stay ahead of Vintage as well. And yeah, Max falling back from Tango, so Tango needs to try and pull out an advantage, doesn't he? Because he's got that 3 second penalty. Tree Slayer is quicker than Max at the moment. I think everyone down to 8th is quicker than Max. I think Max will be holding them up a little bit. Be on those old tyres. Tommy's getting past Jake for P14. Yeah, Jake's not going to fight that too hard because he's on the hard tyres. And again, at the moment, I think he's only about 10 seconds off the lead. Tango sits as fast as that. Gap to leader. Oh, there we go. Exactly 10 seconds off the lead. Potstuff gets past Vintage because Vintage is in the pits. That's an expected pit stop, but with mediums to the end for Vintage. Possibly softs. Yeah, Max over a second behind now, so Max won't even have DRS. Tango is long gone. Tree Slayer have a good chance getting past Max. Max using his DRS, I think, in this sector just to try and get that DRS back, but he's not going to get it. He's over a second. Tree Slayer is going to have a great opportunity to get past Max, which won't be too good. And Plotters and Irish Potato. I don't know if Irish Potato just got a bit wobbly there on the traction. Coming out the corner fast, as fast as that. Tree Slayer is going to ease past Max here before the braking zone, I should imagine, as well. And he does, yeah. Tree Slayer's up to P2. Cowie's a bit too further back. Max Max gone a bit wobbly on the exit, hitting a bit too much of the curb. He'll have the DRS though on Tree Slayer, which will help him fight Cowie. I think I saw Max the other day saying he's going for a more downfall setup from now on. I think he's proved that today because his pace on the straights is not looking good. Cowie now on the outside, and Cowie's getting through as well, so Max doesn't even fight that too hard. Groove Ninja getting back passed by Immortal. Look at them side by side, and Knowlesy's getting interested as well. Knowlesy's down the inside of Immortal, and he gets the move done. Good move there from Knowlesy, and fair play to Immortal for not fighting it too hard. Immortal will be pitting soon, I should imagine, as will Max for softs to the end. Oh, Knowlesy's a bit wider. He had to go a bit wider to try and avoid Groove Ninja. That's affected Immortal as well, and Potstuff now on the outside, getting past Immortal. Sweet MJP will be next to try and get past him. Then Tommy as well. Jake the Slayer is falling back a little bit with the leaders being on the tyres. It's really helping. And Plotters is out. He's lost it coming out of the final corner. He's gone into the pit wall. Plotters is out, and it's another safety car. And there we go. Maybe this won't help Jake the Slayer then, because everyone will pit now. Everyone will pit in the top 11. Jake might stay out in the lead on the hard tyres, but I don't think he will. Everyone in the top 11 is going to pit now. Plotters, fortunately, out of the race. Crashed in qualifying. Now he's crashed in the race as well.
Brutal track.
Yeah, well, it's not a brutal track. It's a brutal game. Every track is like it. Now Max has to pit. Obviously, the only thing is, he's gonna have to double stack, isn't he? With his teammate. Far gets a penalty for speed in the pitch.
11 seconds,
Yeah, they're gonna have to double stack Mercedes. So I think Max is just going to try and back the pack up a little bit before going into the pits. Is anyone else going to be affected by a double stack? I don't think they are. Not towards the front anyway. I don't think anyone else is going to be affected by a double stack really. It's part of me, it's only 5 teams with both drivers left. So Mercedes, obviously Tango Max. Alpha Tauri, Sweet MGP's 10th, so yeah, Teresa is fine. Alfa Romeo, Cowie, other one's out of the race. Dylan the Williams, and Jake's in 12th, that should be fine. Alpine, Fast already pitted. Irish is fine. Red Bull, Groove Ninja, Vintage fine. Knowlesy, Theo's out the race. Pot Stuff, Starbus out the race. Yeah. So no one's going to be affected by double stack apart from the Mercedes, and Sweet MJP's had a collision with Tommy. 5-second penalty for Sweet MJP only. Not Tommy. And Dylan, Irish and Potato, getting a bit racy there. And there, Max has been holding him up. There we go. Max has held him up, and that is what's caused that little bit of an incident behind. He can't hold him up too much, but he is slowing down into that pit lane, isn't he? Just to try and avoid that double stack as much as possible. We'll watch Max in the pits, and there we go. He has had to wait not too long, to be fair. It's only cost him about 3 seconds, but he's going to lose a couple of more places, I think. Max Knowlesy leads, so he has stayed out. Knowlesy 6 lap old mediums. Fortunately, Max has lost places. He's lost out to Cowie, he's lost out to Dylan, and he's lost out to Irish. I think it was passed by Cowie anyway, so he's only lost 2 places really to Dylan and Irish. Dylan's really gained out of this, hasn't he? But Groove Ninja's in 8th, Immortal's in 9th. Pot Stuff in 10th, he's put mediums onto the end. Might not be a bad call. Vintage has stayed out on mediums. Jake the Slayer has pitted for softs. Sweat and P in 13th, Tommy 14th. Far a long way back, but you can now serve that 5-second penalty and then catch back up to the field. So Knowlesy leads the race. Obviously the only pointless driver in the league. Obviously only been in one race, but from this position he'll be racing, defending all the way for Knowlesy. So he'll be under pressure the whole race until the end. But can he cling on for at least some points? I wouldn't expect him to win the race from this position, especially with the straight being so long. It's so difficult to defend with no DRS. But he can try, if he can try and aim for 5th or 6th here, Knowlesy, get some good points for him. Tango, that 3-second penalty means Tree Slayer again, Mr. Consistent towards the top. Masterclass again. Cowie unfortunately has got a penalty, isn't he? Dylan in 5th though, looking good. Irish in 6th and Max in 7th. Yeah, the strategy's not helped him today. I think he should have pitted earlier, and then of course the double stack's not helped him either. So he's down in 7th, Max, but nothing to say. He can't still at least get a podium in this race, possibly even win it. Groove Ninja in 8th, Immortal in 9th. Yeah, Immortal has a couple of little incidents, didn't he? Where he was sliding a little bit. Pot Stuff in 10th from the mediums. Won't be so quick at the start, but come the last couple of laps, keep your eyes out for him. Vintage in 11th, great race so far for Vintage.
He's doing well in Vintage.
Slayer in 12th will be putting him under pressure though on the fresh soft. Sweet and Japan in 13th. Chance for him to get a couple of points. He's got that penalty though, hasn't he? Tommy's just not had a great race, and McLaren really have not had. Never seems to got going from really. Plotters in the opening stage of the race gained loads of positions, and unfortunately had an incident with Pot Stuff. And Farf, yeah, going a bit wider as well. Safety car should come in the next lap as long as Farf catches up. Soft guys will have so much pace, they will. Yeah, they will. I just think Knowlesy, if there's another couple of cars, say Jake the Slayer stayed out on hards, then it might help. But I think Knowlesy being the only car there, I think he'll just get swamped easily. Even to Lucy. Groove Ninja in 8th. Great effort for him so far. Obviously League 1 driver, isn't he? Got his full-time seat earlier in the week. But who's your money on to win this? Obviously Tango and that 3-second penalty. It's a matter of how quickly they get past, and obviously Tango gets past, he might soar 3 seconds off in the distance before Tree Slayer get past. You've got to say at this stage, again I say this every race, at this stage he's favourite, now he's favourite, now he's favourite, and there's always something else that happens. From now, you'd look at it and say Tree Slayer's favourite, but there's no, like I said, there's no reason why. There's no reason why Tommy still can't win this race, same 14. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on. Safety car is coming in. Farfaz caught back up, so it's going to get interesting. Yeah, very, very happy with everyone that's joined, as always. Dylan in 5th, Irish in 6th. Can they hold up Max? Can they try and push towards the drivers in front as well? Look at those drivers though. Tango, Treese, Cowie, Dylan, Irish and Max. What a 6 in a row that is on fresh softs. They're all fighting towards the top of the standings. I think they're all in the top half, aren't they? All of them. But Knowlesy is the man. And unlike Menace Max on the previous 2 safety car restarts, he is bunching the pack right up. Look how close they're getting. They've got to avoid 5-second penalties here, haven't they? And Knowlesy's gone. So he's gone early. He's lucky not to spin.
Yeah.
They've got to be careful, because that's the thing. That is the issue. That's why Max didn't hot bunch the pack up. He didn't want to get cold tyres and risk spinning, which Knowlesy nearly did. Tango, he's just so much quicker, isn't he?
So much
Easily
quicker.
hanging onto the back of his car with the Haas. He's got to stay off that curb though. And look further back. We'll go through everyone going through that corner. And Tommy has been passed by Farf. Farf's got a 3-second penalty in doing it though. Tommy made a little mistake there, but Tommy's not enjoying this track too much, is he? I wonder how soon Tango can make a move. He's going to go for it now, isn't he? He's using his DRS. Knowlesy's going to try and fight it. I don't think there's too much he's going to be able to do about it. And Tango gets past, and Tango takes the lead of the race. Will Knowlesy fight it round the outside? Don't think he's going to, is he? He tucks in nicely though. He's going to get a good exit for the next straight. He's got to try and fend off Treese now as well, so Tango's got to go. Tango's got to go and hope that Knowlesy can hold Treese up for another lap, but Treese is looking good here. He's going for the outside line, isn't he? And I don't think Knowlesy's going to have too much. He's going down the inside, Treese on the outside. And Treese's got it, isn't he? Oh, and Knowlesy nearly spins himself, and Cowie's now down the inside of Knowlesy. Oh, and he's just punted them both out. Look, they're both spun. Yeah. Cowie's spun also with Knowlesy. Dylan spun as well. What's happened to Dylan? Dylan's had a spin there as well. Vintage up to 8th. Groove Ninja's up to 5th now, chasing Max. Knowlesy just dived down. Cowie dived down the inside, didn't he? Hit into Knowlesy. It spun them both. And then I don't know what happened to Dylan either as well, but that's 3 drivers now that just unfortunately had their races ruined. Jake Slayer's got 5-second penalty. That'll be removed. Ignoring the yellow flag. Unless he overtook somebody genuinely under the yellow flag. Anyway, Tango in the lead. Treese 1.2 back, Irish New Potato, and this is just a lesson, isn't it, to carry on as fast, getting up to 11th. Irish New Potato had a drive-through early on in the race. He's then had a 5-second penalty which he's already served, and he's back up into 3rd. This game more than ever, you just have to keep going. You can't call it quits. I know he called it quits last week, Irish New Potato. I'm not sure what went on with him. Don't know if he had rear wing damage or what, but it's a great example of why you don't. Still got a quarter of this race left, just going on and on. Never ending. Vintage in 8th. Brilliant effort from Vintage. Knowlesy in 10th. He's going to try and recover a couple of points. He's under pressure from Farf though. Farf's not a problem in the race though. He's got so many penalties. He's got 9 seconds. And then Menace Max. Can he try and push up now? Groove Ninja's got a 3-second penalty. And Morton in 6th. We'll be wanting some good points for the Aston Martin team. Come on, Immortal. He is in the Aston Martin for championship. He's my teammate. It'll be good to see Aston Martin get some points. They're at the bottom of the standings for the Premier League. See what he can do. But yeah, Max seems to be struggling at the moment, doesn't he? Knowlesy's getting back past Cowie. And yeah, I don't think Cowie's fighting it too hard this time. In fact, was it Cowie trying to get past Knowlesy? I think it must have been, yeah. Yeah, I don't think Knowlesy would be too happy about that move from Cowie. I think he was affected last week as well, wasn't he? Knowlesy, turn 1, he had a spin. I think it was, no, he had wing damage because Sweet MJP rejoined the track dangerously, and that's why Sweet MJP got his full quali ban. He didn't submit the footage for that, although he did put his hands up. You know, a bit of a train now, falling behind Vintage, and Vintage falling off from his top 7. Pot stuff's on for some good points here as well, which he deserves as well after not the best of seasons. Yellow flag. Tree Slayer! Tree Slayer's out now.
Wow.
And he's just lost it as well by himself. Full safety car, out again. It's just, look, he's just lost it by himself, Tree Slayer. I've never seen him have a DNF like that before. This game is brutal. He's just lost it coming out of turn 3. And he's in the wall. He was running in P2. And this is what I said a couple of laps ago. He's my favourite for the race. And that is why you don't say things like that on F1 2021, because now he's out. Wow, he'll be absolute gutted.
Yeah, he's fuming, gone straight away.
He's. Oh, it's such a shame for him. It's all about survival, this game. I mean, look, Vintage is 7th. I mean, no disrespect to him, but he knows he's not one of the quickest drivers. But he's 7th in the Premier League just from keeping the engine running, really. And not making any mistakes. I think Knowlesy will pit now. Put him last, but obviously being on 10 lap or mediums, he's not in a great place there. Such a shame after instantly Cowies. Put them both down. He's not, no, so he can gain some place at the end if he puts fresh softs and still get some points. Yeah, the ones with no penalties. So Irish Lee Potato and Max now. Looking really good for them. Yeah, Tango won't be too happy about that safety car coming out, because of course brings everyone back level again. Vintage 7th, same Mrs. Vintage. Yeah, I know. He's stellar performance from him tonight. Look at Mercedes looking really good though, aren't they? Both up in the top 3. Vintage is pitting here. Surprised at that, but Vintage is coming in the pits. I guess I presumed he thought he'd be swamped. Knowlesy's in the pits as well. Cowie's in the pits too. Sweet MGP stays out. Dylan stays out as well. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Dylan. I think I don't know if he spun or whether he got collected. I don't think he would have got collected between Knowlesy and Cowie, because Ghosting's obviously on, unless it just distracted him. And they tried to change line. Tommy's come into the pits. Unfortunately, he's got no fresh softs left. But Vintage comes out 11th on the fresh soft. So, yeah, tell you what, if Knowlesy can get past Vintage, which he struggled to a couple of laps ago, can get past Vintage quickly, he's then got a few places straight away with penalties, and everyone else in front's on all the tyres. So, nothing to say. Knowlesy still can't get no challenge up towards the podium. You never know in this game. He's doing brilliant since Mrs. Vintage. He absolutely is.
He is.
Vintage knows he's not one of the quicker drivers. He's in League 1 Vintage, 2 tiers below this, but he's reserving tonight. He's the admin for the league. He chose himself to reserve, and his pace has been good. He's not made mistakes. He's in the shots in points. Obviously, Red Bull. Yeah, I've got to say, there's only 4 teams left with both of their drivers in the race, and Red Bull are one of them. With that team today of Groove Ninja and Vintage, 2 League 1 drivers reserving, and they're 4th and 11th. It's a fair play to them both. 36 viewers, big thank you to you all, everyone watching. Hope you're enjoying. And yet again, it's another Friday night where the Premier League doesn't disappoint, no matter what it's for. Yeah, 6 DNFs, and like I say, all 6 DNFs are crashes on their own. McKenty lost it coming out of turn 2, Theo lost it coming out of turn 2, Bradfield lost it in the penultimate turn, Starbucks lost it coming out of turn 2, Plotters lost it coming out of the final turn, and Treese obviously just lost it coming out of turn 3. So that's just drivers. I don't think there's I know people say, game's been out a while now, should be used to it. There's no getting used to it. It's just the curb. It's impossible to, if certain places, if you hit the curb, it's impossible to recover it. It's just going to be what this game's like. Survival of the fittest. It's honestly what it's going to be like all throughout this season and next season, unless they change this game in a big way. Like I say, it's good because it's entertainment. You never know, you can never predict anything. Nothing is ever boring. It's all action, but at the same time there's no consistency. It's hard to get consistency anyway. I mean, look at the top 3 at the moment. It's Tango, Irish and Menace Max. And to be honest, I look into the standings, they're 1st, 2nd and 4th. So it's not just their pace at the moment, but they're not making too many mistakes, are they, throughout the season? And I think that takes me back. Was it the first race? Was it Italy? That was the podium or something like that. But those 3 have definitely been very consistent this season at most times, haven't they? Look at the stats for this season. I don't think Crippet's updated them. But no, he hasn't. Yeah, in terms of podiums, Irish has had 3, Max has had 3, Tango's had 2, no one's had more than them 3, so no shock. Tango needs to try and pull away. I think the safety car will come in this lap, and then we'll have 4 laps of racing to the end. I should think Tango will pull away. Well, it will want to pull away anyway. But Irish and Max obviously will be right on his tails. Safety car is coming in. Curbs are too random. Yeah, they are, that's what I mean. Go over that curb fine, yeah. Oh, that curb fine. This one, nah. This time I'll throw you in the wall, mate. That's what it's like. It's too much like that. Unpredictable. Curbs are not realistic at all. But we have to live with it. We're all still going, all 20. Well, they're not really all still going, but all still going in terms of the league. You know, got to accept this is what the game's going to be like this year. Yeah, Tango's really backing him up. Just like Knowles did. In fact, he's backing him up to the point where I think we might see a spinner very soon because of how cold the tyre's going to get. He can't go just yet, Tango, because I think he'll catch up to the safety car. He can go now, though, I think. He can go now if he wants. And he does. That's a good restart he's got, and he needs it. Will anyone spin here? Oh, Groove Ninja's really had a slow restart, and that's going to allow the top 3 to pull away. This could, yeah, this is looking really good for the top 3. Immortal want to try and get past Groove Ninja, and someone has gone. Yeah. Who's that? It's Tommy. Tommy's lost it, and he's come into the pits as well. He's got no front wing. But the top 3 have pulled away, haven't they? Immortal on the back of Groove Ninja. The 2 reserves going at it for P4. Don't forget, Groove Ninja has got a penalty. This is really helping the top 3 pull away. Yellow flag is for Farf, and Farf's lost again. He probably wouldn't get any points anyway because of the penalty he's got. But he's lost it coming out of turn 3. Again, it's not been the best of races for Farf. Norton needs to get past Groove Ninja pretty soon, doesn't he? Otherwise, the podium is looking pretty set at the moment. Irish wins the race because of the penalty to Tango. He's activated DRS. He's going to go for it down the side. He's going around the outside here with Tango. At the end of the straight and the braking zone, and look, they're really close, and Irish being really aggressive there, and I think he's got the move done. He has, he's got in front. Will Tango try and fight a yellow flag? And that's just for Tommy. He's spun again, and Max gets past Tango. Is Max now going to go for the lead? He's going to go for a double move here. He just about can't. Irish just about covers him off, but Tango's lost 2 places out of that after fighting with Irish, and Tommy's retired. I think he might have had rear wing damage, but he's retired. Unfortunately, he's crashed out. So there's a double McLaren DNF. We're saying how consistent they've been lately. Unfortunately, not too much today. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Tommy there coming out of the final corner. Whether it's contact with another car. All that advantage Tango had after battling now the top 2. He's now down to 3rd. As it stands, Immortal would get the podium. Dylan's in a good place too if he can just catch up to the back of Jake the Slayer, because he's got no penalties. He'll gain a good few places. This track is a joke, saying Tommy Air it is. I mean, this is what I mean. I know Cowie's got another 3-second penalty. I know this game in general is ridiculous. I rarely crash. There's something I pride myself on. I'm not the quickest driver at all, but I don't crash, don't make mistakes. And yesterday I just felt like I was murdered by this track. So yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying, Tommy. Anyway, Irish is in the lead. Max in P2. He wants this win. He wants it bad. He's getting a slipstream. DRS will be enabled on the next lap. So it might be a case of whoever is second going into the last lap. It might be a case of whoever is second going onto the last lap wins, simply because the DRS send down the straight. That's all it's going to take. That's my prediction anyway. Immortal in 5th. Yeah, Groove Ninja's just about keeping up. So as it stands, Immortal is still going to be 3rd. And the Vintage, look, on these fresh soft tyres, he's quicker than Dylan. He wants to try and get past Dylan, doesn't he?
Lying.
And Cowie on Knowlesy. Cowie round the outside. They've had a bit of a coming together already around this part of the track, haven't they, these two? Cowie does get past that time. That was a good move there from Cowie, actually. Yeah, Cowie sent up the inside here, which took both him and Knowlesy out of the race. Knowlesy knows not to fight it too hard because Cowie's got 9 seconds of penalty, so he won't have that place anyway. But Vintage in 9th, this is brilliant. The strategy's been great.
Look at him. He's right up Dylan's ass.
Hey, look at the tyres though, he's on 5 lap pressure tyres. Tango's got 6 seconds now of penalties. Oh, and he'll be kicking himself because now there's definitely no chance of a podium. It's not going to happen now, unfortunately, for Tango. And I think the top 2, unless they come together, unless they make a mistake in the last 2 laps, this is looking good for them. And Sweet MJP's retired, and he was in for a chance of points as well. Fast coming to the pits, so he just about makes it. Sweet MJP's retired, yeah. Coming out the final corner. Vintage going really slow. Groove Ninja's lost it. Groove Ninja's lost it. He's facing the wrong way. Oh, such a good race for him reserving. And now he's lost it as well. This is crazy. This is just non-stop. Pot stuff in 5th. Pot stuff in 5th. Jake the Slayer in 6th on for some good points. Vintage not too far off the podium here, you know. This is crazy. Knowlesy can still get some good points. Oh, this could all come down to penalties in the last couple of laps. Max couldn't quite catch up to Irish. Cowie's getting past Dylan. Again, Dylan knows not to fight it. Cowie's got so many penalties. Max used the DRS. At the moment, this is looking good for Irish. But if Max is second, he's always going to have a great choice, a great shout. If he's in the DRS range, which I'm sure he will be. And Tango's just trying to pull away as much as he can. Knowlesy's getting past Vintage for P9. Knowlesy's up to 9th. Good couple of points after.
See,
instantly adds earlier with Cowie. I say Vintage, exactly what I do. He's not been quick. He's just, you know, stayed in the race, not made mistakes, and done what's needed to do. Needed to be done. Proven injury, must have damage. He's going wide. Yeah, fast in trouble as well. Obviously, no points for him. Irish new potato then. He had a drive-through penalty. He was last. He had a 5-second penalty. He starts the final lap in the lead of the race. Menace Max right up his rear. Vintage for top 5. It is possible. It's possible, Tommy. Yeah. Come on, Irish. Do it for the Alpine. Saying Kieran. And yeah, well, he avoids turn 2 of 3. Tango's right behind as well, don't forget. But obviously, he's got the penalties. Now it's all about this exit. Yellow flag. And Cowie's lost it. He had penalties anyway, so he'll be outside the top 10 anyway. And I think, oh, a little wobble there for Irish. But I think he might just be just far enough in front. If Menace Max is going to make a move, it's going to have to be done on the next DRS zone. He is gaining, though. He's not got the pacey set up, but he's still gaining a lot of time. He's going to go for a dive down the outside or the inside. No, he's not. He thinks against it. He's going to focus on getting a good exit. Didn't get passed by Knowlesy. He's focused on a good exit here. Does he get it? Oh, no, he's got the curb. There we go. I think that might be the race done. He's hit too much of the curb there. Max, and he's sliding as well, wasn't he? Is he going to go for it? He's going to try and send it on the outside. It's just not got enough space, has he, to go for it there. He's going to take an Irish mistake or an absolutely supreme move from Max now to change the outcome of this result. Irish, I think, has got it in the bag. Max does look quicker at this stage. Groove Ninja gets a penalty just for corner cutting. That's irrelevant. He's not going to get any points. In fact, Cowie might still get a point in 10th, you know. Irish has still got it. It's going to have to take a penalty. He's got to avoid any penalties. I don't know how many warnings he's got. Here we go then, going into the final corner. Irish New Potato, P1. And there we go, Max goes wide. Irish New Potato wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. One absolutely fantastic race for him. That is absolutely brilliant. Knowlesy goes up to 5th. Yeah, Vintage 8th. Great race from Vintage, of course. But Irish New Potato wins. Race. Irish was last. He had a drive-through penalty. He had a 5-second penalty. He kept going. He didn't call it quits like he did last week, and he's won the race because of it. Menace Max in second. Oh, they tried to kill him, didn't it, this race? He was really unlucky as well. Had to double stack. The strategy didn't help him with a safety car. Immortal in third. He's getting better results in this than he does in his own league in the championship.
Do you know
we'll go through the whole results in a minute.
Vintage driver of the day, 100% Vintage. What a race for Vintage. You can't take that away from him. I know Irish got driver of the day, but I'll give it to Vintage, 100%.
Yeah, I won't, but
that's incredible driving.
Like I say, he's done well. There's no reason why no one else can do that. Just keep the car on the track and get points. You know, he's not done anything special, but he's just kept his head, which a lot. Got 5 seconds to be removed, Jake. Yeah, the 5 seconds went on at the end. We're pretty sure that'll be removed, so just take that into account. So with that removed for Jake, that'll put him up to 8th. So Jake goes up to 8th. So even Irish New Potato wins. 3 temps. Menace Max second. Immortal, great points for Aston Martin. I'm sure. Yeah, very appreciative of them. Tango just about keeping on to 4th after those 6 seconds of penalties. Knowlesy recovers to 5th in the end after instant with Cowie. It could have been a lot more for Knowlesy. Pot stuff a great P6 for him. Some great points. More good points for Dylan. Consolidates his place in the top half. 8th for Jake the Slayer with that penalty, which we think will be removed. 9th for Vintage. Great reserving, as we mentioned from him. Cowie picks up P10. Simply because everyone else crashed. Groom Ninja 11th, unfortunately, at the end. Farf gets the fastest lap point. So a point for Farf there in P12. Sweet MGP was classified, but of course DNF'd, as did Tommy, Tree Slayer, Plotters, Starbus, Bradfield, Theo, and Mackenzie. So again, plenty of DNFs, but this track, this game even causing nightmares, isn't it? We'll invite Irish, Max, and Immortal to the party. Yeah, look at that. Irish, of course, started in 15th as well because he crashed in Q1. 15th to P1. Incredible there from Irish. and a drive-through as well he had at the start. That's a great recovery race. Definitely got to be up for driver of the season. Of course, the strategy and the safety cars helped him. But nonetheless, that's brilliant. Let's get Lees in the party. Or send him an invite. See, Bill can't seem to work this out. He says he can't send people to invites to a party on a Thursday night. I don't understand why. Yeah. Here we say Irish, Max, and where is he? AC Immortal. Get them in the party, see what they've got to say about that. But oh God, Jonesy keeps inviting me to party every time in the race. God, it must be a group we got to leave it.
This is Irish legend.
Oh wow! And Vintage has just subscribed at Tier 1 3 months in a row. Thank you to Vintage. Gets himself subscribed, much appreciated, mate. And yeah. Anyway, Irish joins us in the commentary box. Like I say, we mentioned on the stream, starting 15th, crashed in qualifying, drive-through at the start of the race. He must have thought his luck was out again, but he's won the race somehow. How was that for you, mate? He's speechless. He is absolutely speechless. I think that sums it up, doesn't it, really? How his race went. I don't know if he can hear us, but yeah, that was an incredible race, obviously, from him. He's
That's it. When Irish is on it, he's on it, and literally he's top notch.
Absolutely. Well, we can't hear Irish. We don't know where he is. But anyway, Max has joined us. So, Menace Max, he started on pole. And I know, obviously, he had the strategy didn't really help him when the safety car came out. But still good P2, especially after that double stack as well. Will you take P2 after that?
Yeah, definitely. It was the start. I managed quite well. But after the safety cars, my pace kind of dropped off a little bit. So definitely take P2, and Irish was very, very quick at the end. But, yeah.
Yeah, we saw you close to going for the overtake. It's just not quite enough.
Yeah.
Not quite enough there, was there? But it was really close, mate. And anyway, another P2. How did you feel? What was your decision to? Why did you make the decision to stay out? I think it was 10-lap-old softs. You and Immortal both stayed out. Do you look back at that and think that was still the right decision?
Yeah, I've got to say, because my straight line speed on the setup wasn't great. So the reason I didn't pit was because I didn't want to overtake many cars because my straight line speed wasn't as good. So yeah, it just forced me into staying out really.
Yeah.
The first safety car.
Yeah, we did notice that your straight line speed weren't at its top. I think you mentioned on Tuesday morning when I was streaming as well. You're going to take some. Put some more downforce on, but anyway, it's paid off. He didn't make mistakes, whereas, like I say, some of your title rivals did. Another great 18 points, so well done to Max. And move on the race winner, Irish New Potato. Wow, P50, starting 15th.
Mate.
Starting 15th, crashed in qualifying, drive-through penalty, 5-second penalty, you name it, you overcame it today. It was a great race to watch, absolutely brilliant race to watch. But brilliant. Yeah, what was your feeling towards the beginning of the race when you were serving that drive-through penalty? I don't blame you. We can imagine.
That's it, mate. When you're in the groove, mate, you're unstoppable. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was a good fight on the last lap, to be fair.
Yeah, it was incredible. Yeah, it's like I say, like Irish, like when you're on it, when you're in the groove, like I said, your pace is incredible. So yeah, respect, mate, 100%. That's all right, mate. It has to sometimes, doesn't it? Sometimes you get it right, and then sometimes you don't. But today, unstoppable, mate. Brilliant. Respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done to both two of our podium sitters. Immortal's not joined us. Obviously, he was only reserving as well. So this will help these two as well with a reserve taking third. So only Max and obviously Tango is P4 as well, but Max second, Irish New Potato in third. We'll have a quick look at the standings. Let's have a little look where we think people are going to go. So Max is now on over 100 points. Tango's on 89. Irish on 87, so they're going to be the top three now. And then McLaren's are in fourth and fifth. So yeah, it's getting all close at the top. Approaching the mid stage of the season. Obviously tomorrow night we'll be back for the Champions League. And then what track is it next week? I can't even remember which one it was next week.
Know.
It is going to be
Spain.
Spain. Yeah, it's Spain next week. So that'll be an interesting one. At Spain next week. Thoughts on that?
Not looking forward to it.
Justin, you're going to try and not crash Spain?
Oh God, give it a go.
Yeah, that's about all we can hope for from you. Anyway, that'll do us for tonight, lads and ladies. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for Leeds. Good night.